welcome back to another week of Scope of Sports. I'm Maddie Nunez alongside Xavier McNevitz, and even though it's a bye week, we have plenty of sports ahead of us. Let's get into it. Upset alert, Coach Prime's Buffs took down then number 22 ranked Iowa State last Saturday. You know the drill by now. Here's Oliver Hayes and Leo Rivera.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Oliver Hayes alongside Leopoldo Rivera IV. We are here at Folsom Field after Week 7. The Buffs got an upset win over the number 22 Iowa State Cyclones. It was a very exciting win. Not in the first half, really, but things really picked up in the second half. The students rushed the field. It was a very exciting day. Leo, what were your initial thoughts?
Man, that third quarter was pivotal for the Colorado Buffaloes. Oliver Hayes, 2 touchdowns coming from Caden Salter through the air. He had an electric night finding Joseph Williams and, of course, Amarion Miller. Those two guys had a big performance, and that's ultimately what led to the success of this Colorado offense.
Yeah, no, speaking on the offense, Joseph Williams, he had 8 catches for 128 yards. I believe those were both season highs for any Colorado receiver this season. He had a great game. He stepped up without Draylon Miller and Hakeem Williams in that receiving room, so it was a great day for him. But what else about the offense impressed you? I know that Kane Salter and the offensive players kept shutting up the offensive line, but what impressed you?
Well, they were down a running back in Draylon Miller, and of course Simeon Price and DeKalen Taylor were already moved out. So that's 3 of their 5 featured guys who are injured. You saw, Dallin Hayden really step it up, and I think what impressed me was their ability to finish. Oliver Hayes, so many times you've seen this Colorado team stall out on the last drive of the game where they need to get it first to put it away. They were able to be creative and rely on that running game down in the fourth quarter, and ultimately held on to that touchdown lead.
Yeah, you point out the running game, and I think it was productive all game. You shout out Dallin Hayden, and I think one thing that stood out to me was the fact that they had another huge run similar to that Kane Salter run against BYU that got called back to holding. And despite that, they were able to stay resilient, and then on 3rd and 17, make a gutsy play call to find Joseph Williams, the guy that we shouted out earlier, to pick up that huge first down to seal this game, the dagger catch. And so it was just fantastic to see them finally make a play when Coach Prime continuously, week after week, has been calling out these moments where the Buffs haven't stepped up, and talked about even today how frustrating it still is that the Buffs haven't capitalized on some of these moments. But looking at the defensive side of the ball, Tawfiq Byard is a big name that everyone looked out for because he had the interception. He did that with a broken hand that he suffered on that drive. But what stood out about the defense today?
Yeah, he's a freak. I think it's the defense's willingness not to break, Oliver Hayes. There were so many times where Iowa State was pounding long 10-plus play drives. They get down in the red zone. Colorado's defense is able to hold. They force them to a field goal, or they get the interception, or they, force a turnover on downs. The big stops in the fourth quarter really kept the Colorado Buffaloes in this game, and they came up huge. Not only Tawfiq Byard, but linebacker Jeremiah Brown led the team in tackles today, and he was filling those gaps. I know they allowed 250 yards rushing, but in the key moments when they had to get a stop, they found it.
Yeah, I couldn't really add much more than that. I kind of wanted to ask you more about the 250 rushing yards. Abu Sama had a great day today. Obviously, that was kind of the game plan for CU to allow them to not allow them to rush the ball that much, but trying to take away the passive things. But given that total, how were the Buffs able to pull that out? But how can the Buffs also attack the rushing game and not give up that many rushing yards going forward?
Yeah, I think, again, Colorado struggled defending the perimeter, Oliver Hayes. When these runs are getting outside the tackles, they're getting to the edges where these running backs are able to pick up steam. They get the corner, and they're fast, right? They're beating the safeties. They're getting good angles. What Colorado has to do a better job of is setting the edge with their defensive line. Those defensive ends got to have better contain and can't allow the running backs to get outside of them, because then that's creating these free rush opportunities. And other than that, they got to keep buying into the game plan, Oliver Hayes. Sometimes it seems like everyone wants, sometimes trying to make a play puts you out of position. They need to just do their job, and when everyone does their job in this Colorado defense, they have success.
Yeah, we've seen how much success that they can have whenever they do their jobs, and it will just be the one play here and there that will kind of break them apart. But we kind of already talked about everything regarding this game. I mean, not everything. There was so much that happened in such an eventful 24-17 win. But going into the bye week, the Buffs now have to try and carry this momentum into the rest of the season to try and make a bowl game and things like that. How can the Buffs maintain this momentum with the win that they picked up today?
First of all, they got to rest and recover, Oliver Hayes. A lot of injuries, a lot of guys dinged up, as you mentioned, especially coming out of this game. It's been an early gauntlet early on, but if they can freshen up and get healthy, I think that's going to be the number one thing that's going to keep spirits high. If the players are feeling good, they're going to come out and perform good on the field.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree with that. So looking forward to next week. The Buffs will try and keep that momentum, as we said, entering the bye week. It will be a huge emphasis on practice, as the Buffs have tried to do this whole entire season. Dion has really hammered the emphasis on practice week in and week out and how that translates to the game time. But given a bye week and getting their mental ready and trying to rest up and heal all those injuries and things, they'll try and build those momentum to finish out the rest of the season.
Definitely.
But my name is Oliver Hayes alongside Leopoldo Rivera. And as always,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rec Center at the University of Colorado Boulder in beautiful Boulder, Colorado for some Monday night hockey. It is the home opener for the 2025-26 Women's Buffaloes hockey team. My name is Paxton Haynes, joined today by Kieran Warger, bringing you the game here on SCO Buff Sports. We got a good one here tonight. It's the Buffaloes and the Michigan State Spartans making the trip from East Lansing. Kieran, these two teams have had a great start to the season, a lot of wins between them. How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, Paxton, let me tell you, it feels good to get back into this rink after nearly a month. And the first time for the women's team this season, this is going to be some tremendous hockey here this evening. Lots of technicality just on the ice here this evening. And, I mean, like you said, both these teams have had electric starts to their season. So I would expect nothing less here tonight, especially as the Buffs open up in front of their home crowd.
Absolutely. As both of these teams are introducing their starting lineups, we are just a few minutes underway as they announce Natalie Ewald, the star player of this Buffaloes team, assistant captain, onto the ice, and the goalie Shira Wine making the start tonight against the green and white of Michigan State. We're about to get underway here. We'll get a national anthem, and then we will have puck drop. You can tell already the Buffaloes are excited and ready to play, here to take on these Spartans as they convene at their crease. Sticks in the air, rallying chant, and they head to their bench. Colorado this season starting off at 4-2-1, all the games on the road. A real solid start to start the season. They are in second place right now in the WWCHL, only behind Grand Canyon University. Michigan State on the other side at 6-2-0. They have had quite the start to the season. They lost in the quarterfinals of the CCWHA last year to Miami, Ohio. So far, they are in third place to start the season. And yeah, Kieran, both these teams, really, really solid starts. I'm expecting a good one tonight.
Absolutely, and especially because this is, in fact, the Buffs' home opener. We should see some excitement here, not just from the team, but the crowd as well, who is showing out in full force. It's one of the biggest crowds I've seen at these women's hockey games in the last couple of years. And it's going to be a great one here this evening on a rare Monday night matchup, and now we are underway.
Buffaloes in white, Spartans in green as Colorado wins the opening faceoff. They'll dump it in to the end of Michigan State, giving chases for Shelley. He's not going to get there. Getting around is Michigan State. They come out of their own zone. A good forecheck by Colorado keeps it in for the moment. Really picked up by Galassini. Galassini trying to get to McLucky behind the net. Back to Galassini. They'll fight for it in the corner. Michigan State comes away. Pass is blocked. But getting out of the zone is Michigan State. Carey shoves it down and hits the back wall. Picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien tried to chip it out. Can't do so. Still in. At the top, Michigan State. That errant pass is there. Here comes Fischelli the other way, coming down the right side of the ice. That shot hit Leonard in the shins. And Michigan State now with the puck. In the neutral zone, fighting for it. Coming away for the moment was Michigan State, still loose. Now they have it swinging the ice. It's Leonard. Leonard with some space. Puts a shot on. Blocker save. Here's Sowers. Sowers brings it up and out. Leonard, the Michigan State captain, in the neutral zone. That pass can't connect. And it'll come all the way down behind the net of Shira Wine, the Colorado goaltender tonight. Now right at the red line. Kicks right back down as our goalies tonight. It's Shira Wine making the start for Colorado, number 72. On the other side in green is Brooklyn Maddox. Both these goalies, the real solid starts of the season. We'll talk more about them in a moment. As throwing it into the Colorado end, Wine there at the stick. She will cover up. Taking a look at our goaltenders tonight for Michigan State, it's going to be Brooklyn Maddox. Brooklyn Maddox has started 5 games this season. She's won 3 of them. 1.40 goals against and a .940 save percentage. Meanwhile, Shira Wine making the start over Zoe Watson today. Wine's played in 2 games with a 2 goals exactly against and a .944 save percentage. She gets the nod against this very good Spartans team. As with the puck now is Michigan State, trying to take a shot at the net. Puck is loose. Still with the Spartans. Here's Siciliano. Makes a pop fly for Wine, who makes the grab. And another stoppage.
A significant offensive zone time for the Buffs early in this period. We're about 2.5 in. And now Michigan State's trying to flip the script now, penetrating their zone and really testing their defense. And it'll start in the Buffs zone. So defense will be tested once again.
Ahrens wins the draw for the Buffaloes. Trying to get it out, cannot do so as Colorado. Back down behind the net. Now Rowan Nasty chasing after her. She comes away with the puck. Here comes Rowan Nasty down the right side. She'll throw it on net. As Ahrens lost her stick, she's to go to the bench. As we get a stoppage of play.
Rowan Nasty really skating quickly down the right side, trying to put it on net, and then she was loose in traffic and then just had to dump it away. That was a great setup for the senior.
Yeah, Nasty with her 3rd year on this team. Still looking for her first point of the season, but she has been quite the asset for this Buffaloes team in years past. As Piatagorski takes the draw, she'll win it herself, bring it up to Dupuis. Dupuis can't make that pass, or can't corral it rather. But she comes away with the puck and throws it into the Michigan State end. Cadden chases after it. McLucky is able to get it free from Michigan State. As here's Galassini. Galassini gets it up to Carey. And then at center ice, able to make a nice play to get the puck away with Sophie O'Brien. Tipped back down into the Michigan State end. Galassini will pick it up. Nice cross pass to Carey. Carey with Buffaloes all over her. She holds up and just dumps it in. Their first to get the puck was Robluski for Michigan State, but she can't hold on to it. That pass too far, and Leonard picks it up in the neutral zone. Leonard can't pick it up. Here's Cadden. Cadden couldn't make something out of it. Still with it is Michigan State trying to get out of their own zone, and Mags will just cover up.
Michigan State, their defense being tested here. This is what we saw early from the Buffs, and now they're trying to penetrate that offensive zone once again. And just breaking up passes is really what they're accomplishing here.
Colorado has their top U now, and they win the draw. Chipping it down below the net. Fischelli will fight for it. It'll come up to McDonald. McDonald can't put a good stick on it, and it'll be loose. It'll get out of the zone and picked up by Zara Mitchell. She ices the puck and will get a face-off in front of Shira Wine. That top unit for Colorado already off to a hot start this season. Masiello, number 6, with 3 goals on the season. Fischelli has 7, and then Natalie Ewald, the star, has 6. That top unit so good for these Buffaloes. They were incredible last season and already lining up the score sheet so far in this one. As Fischelli chases after it. Mia Fischelli with the wheels wins the race. She gets pinned into the corner. fighting for it. Michigan State comes away with it. That sauce pass, nice connection. Coming up in the middle, nice shot on net, blocker to side. It's Huber with the puck. Below the net now. That pass can't connect. Fischelli fighting for it along the boards, along with Siciliano and Natalie Ewald. Pinned up against it, it'll come out of the Colorado zone and into center ice. Masiello got sent to the ground, and we're going to get delayed penalty on Michigan State. Huber touches up, and Masiello draws one. Right to the box is Asher Princeton, the Michigan State star player, and she'll have to take 2 minutes.
This is what the Buffs wanted here. I mean, it's going in favor of them so far as we're 5 minutes into this first period, and they're finally going to get a chance on a power play to go up by 1 in their home opener.
That first line was just out on the ice for Colorado, so it'll be the second power play unit here to start things up. Brianna Arns is going to take the draw. She wins it. Swings it over to Sophie O'Brien, who gets over to the captain Dupuis. Dupuis puts one on net. Stopped in front. Able to clear it is Michigan State all the way down to the other end. Here's the defenseman, Zoe Dupuis. Taking a couple seconds as she starts things up for Colorado. Cross ice pass to Sowers, can't connect. Michigan State takes it and they clear it. Dupuis again with the puck. 30 seconds already off the clock here in the first power play of the night for Colorado. Cross ice pass isn't there. Michigan State with the puck again. O'Brien with a good body in the neutral zone. Was able to get it stopped for a moment, but cleared all the way down again. Wine stops for Dupuis. Here comes Colorado out of their own zone. Looking to start things up. Masiello down along the left side. Can't find it. Trying to keep it in his Ewald. She does so. Piatagorski over to Fischelli. Fischelli shot! And a glove save made by Brooklyn Maddox.
What a shot from Fischelli off that cross-ice pass. That was the best chance the Buffs had in the last minute and 20. Maddox a brick wall once again. He's not allowed a point.
The first shot on net of the day for Colorado, and Maddox stopped it. As below the net now. Piatagorski throws it up for Sullivan. Back down in the circle, sent to the ice. Sullivan cleans it up. Throw it down for Masiello down below the net. Masiello can't take the puck. It's a shot net from Ewald with the backhand just over the net. Fischelli now. Working below the net, has a shot, and it is in! Mia Fischelli scores, it squeaks by, and Colorado opens up the scoring on the power play.
What an electric goal for Fischelli. I always say, Pax, it's a dynamic duo, Fischelli and Ewald. They have been instrumental these past couple of years, and Fischelli gets the job done yet again. Beautiful shot from the junior.
7 minutes into the home opener in Boulder, and Mia Fischelli breaks through. That puck just squeaks by and then plops down right on the other end of the goal line. The Buffaloes have a 1-0 lead as they win the draw. Send it to Galassini. That pass to no one. And Galassini and the Spartans will start things up back again. That pass can't connect. Sowers on the forecheck. Back into the neutral zone. Abby Zahn now. She threw it back in. It's Galassini again for Michigan State. Weaving around a couple defenders. Working with a little bit of room. Now thrown to the corner. Circling around the net, trying to put one on with the wraparound. Not there. Good sticks by Colorado. A second opportunity for Michigan State. They still with the puck. Shot in front is blocker to side. Here's Abby Zahn now. Just dumps it in, she'll get a change. Galassini's been out there a long time for Michigan State. As Colorado picks up the puck, it's Sophie O'Brien. O'Brien can't connect on a pass to Wallace. And behind the net, it's Lynn Dahl for Michigan State. She finds Carey. Carey tried to get to Robluski, who had a step. She picks up the puck anyway, up against Nasty. Nasty with a good poke check. Now trying to find someone in front of the net, no one there. Coming away with it is Sophie O'Brien. Puck staying in Colorado's end. Robluski with a good forecheck. Down in the corner. Brought to the ice, and O'Brien takes care of it, sends it around, and then whiffing on the shot and sending Wallace down to the ground. That might have been interference or a tripping, I thought, but no call.
Yeah, Wallace really wanted a call there. She stayed down for a couple seconds, hoping the officials would take notice. No call. As both lines will refresh.
1-0 game, 11:30 to go in the first period here between Colorado and Michigan State. It'll be Piatigorsky taking the draw for Colorado. Down behind the net, trying to find someone in front. Now with the backhand, blocker out with the left pad. And a good save by Shira Wine. Here comes Cadden the other way. Cadden trying to get around her defender. Piatigorsky tries to chip it in. Can't keep it in, it comes out to the neutral zone. Here's Huber coming down the left side with a little bit of space. In front of the net, shot with the backhand, and a save made by Wine.
Wow, what a setup there for Michigan State, rather.
Looked like Princeton had the shot, and a nice backhand was stopped by Wine. Down in the corner, Kieran Sullivan will start things up for Colorado. That pass to Cadden was intercepted by Princeton. Princeton with the puck, down in the corner, trying to find another shot in front. Can't connect. Michigan State applying some pressure here. Below the net, looking for someone. Stopped there by Piatigorsky. Now back up top for Siciliano. Siciliano with a shot. Wide. Claire Furlow will pick it up and send it out to the neutral zone. Touched by Michigan State player, head all the way. Asher Princeton down on the near end, calling for the puck. Can't connect on the pass. Colorado in their own end. Michigan State, this is the most urgency we've seen from them so far this game. They come away with the puck again, trying to find players in front as Wine there still stood up, is going to pin the puck against the net with her stick and gets a stoppage of play. Shots are 5-2 right now. Michigan State leads. They're applying some pressure here as 10 minutes have gone by in the game in this 1-0 lead that for Colorado.
Yeah, Wine really being tested this first period. Only 5 shots so far for the Spartans. And I mean, Buffs put on 2, but both by Fischelli, and Fischelli able to sneak 1 pass. So Wine really being tested here, and she's standing up to the challenge so far.
First line is out for the defensive draw for Colorado. They can't get it out of their own zone. That pass couldn't find anyone. Here comes Fischelli out of it. She connects with Ewald, who gets sent to the ice. Nice play by Ava Schuster from Michigan State. She comes away with the puck, sends it over to Fontana. Fontana, that goes wide of the net. Fischelli and Schuster pick it up, and it heads down to Galassini from Michigan State. Between her own circles. Can't find a pass. Here's Fischelli with a little bit of room, and the Buffaloes are offsides.
Oh, such a good setup, but the Colorado is just a little too urgent, as well Fischelli was rather. Just getting over the blue line, and it'll come back out to the neutral zone. And they're going to do everything they can to stay on top here in their home opener.
Sowers wins the draw for Colorado. Out in the neutral zone now. Abby Zahn. Now to Ella Hairston. Hairston dumps it in. Galassini picks it up for Michigan State to McLucky. And they clean up pretty easily. Out in the neutral zone now. With it is Schuster. Schuster finds Campbell below the net. Sent to side with the stick of Wine. Now shooting against the back of the net with Schuster. Fighting for it behind Wine. And Amelia Sowers will come away with it. Makes a nice pass to Zahn. Zahn needs a change, though. She'll just dump it in. Buffs get some fresh legs. Michigan State could use some themselves. As it tripped up was Galassini. No call. I think the puck was touched first. Rowan Nasty now trying to squeak around her defender. Can't do so. As the puck gets pinballed around right now between the Michigan State end and the neutral zone. Trying to establish some possession are both these teams. Galassini. Forecheck down in the corner. From Nasty, but it comes away. Chasing after it is Sullivan. Sullivan able to win that puck battle for the moment. But now Michigan State tried to find a shot in front, not there, and it comes back out again to the red line. Chipped in. Can't find anyone. Zoe Dupuis will clean it up, try to get it, but Siciliano was the first one there. The captain for the Buffaloes will start things up. She finds Wallace, who tried to find Nasty, but that puck was skipping a little bit. It skips over her stick. Michigan State trying to find that offensive pressure they had just a few minutes ago. As a few inches away from Wine's crease. Huber with the puck now, trying to find someone in front. They haven't been able to connect on that tonight. That pass in front, it's mainly Princeton who's trying to find it, the Michigan State star. Piatagorski got sent to the ice, no call. It goes down below the net. Cadden's the first one there. Fighting for it against Siciliano. Michigan State comes away in the neutral zone. Princeton can't hold on. Claire Furla will throw it down to Mitchell, who brings it up for Cadden. Cadden on the right circle puts a shot on into the legs of Siciliano. Now a second opportunity to try to put it in front of the net. No one there. Comes over across the blue line. And Michigan State will reset. Bank pass to Huber, who finds Abby Yesh. Yesh sent to the ice. A couple of Michigan State fans here wanted to call. They're not going to get it. Over to Masiello. Masiello didn't have a lot of help. She had 3 Spartans on her. Good forecheck by Fischelli, keeps it in. Fighting for the puck. Mitchell tried to put a shot on. It'll come to Ewald. Back down in the corner. Masiello in front of the net, tries for a wraparound, and throws it into the pads of Maddox. The Spartans take exception to it. Face wash, and they'll separate the players.
I mean, rarely do we ever see extracurriculars taking place on this women's team, and Masiello just did not like that at all.
The first line will stay out there for Colorado. They have the goal tonight on the power play. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the first period. 1-0 Colorado, your score in the home opener. Shots are still 5-3 for Michigan State. That third one just came from Masiello. Winning the draw is Colorado. Mitchell tried to put a shot on, but it went into the glove of Maddox.
Fischelli just skating up to that shot, trying to sneak it past Maddox, but it was gloved almost immediately. Great communication from this Buffs team. Once again, they've been on point all season.
The first line forwards will stay out there, but Dupuis and Sophie O'Brien will make way. Ewald, who throws it over to O'Brien. O'Brien putting a shot on. I don't know if Maddox saw it, but it goes wide. Now Dupuis fighting for the puck, and we'll get a stoppage of play. It's a high stick. Not sure who the penalty is on. And it's going to be on Michigan State. Colorado will go back on the power play.
Second power play of the night for the Buffs. This is exactly where they wanted to be. And their starting line will take to the ice once again.
Mia Galassini, the Michigan State Spartans' best defender, will have to take a 2-minute timeout as the Spartans will be down a player. Again, that second unit will start things for Colorado as the first unit was just on the ice. Face off to the right of Maddox is won by Colorado. Down in the corner is Sowers. Sowers trying to find Wallace below the net, who gets it up to O'Brien. O'Brien back down to Wallace. Wallace can't find that puck on her stick, but a good forecheck keeps the puck in. Michigan State can't clear, comes back around below the net, and they're able to get that one out. Dupuis leaves it for Wallace. Nice play there as here comes Wallace with a little bit of space. Dupuis comes off the ice. And it'll come over for O'Brien. O'Brien finds Wallace. Wallace, almost connected with Brianna Arns in front of the net. As they'll fight for it there by the blue line. Kind of away with it is Michigan State. And Gracie Anderson will clear. 1 minute down in the second Colorado power play of the night. 4.5 minutes to go in the first period. Fischelli and the first unit are out for Colorado. They gain the blue line, but only for the moment as it comes back out to neutral zone. Here's Kieran Sullivan who finds Ewald. Ewald, and she was late bringing the puck over the blue line. It'll come out of the Michigan State zone for the face-off. It'll be Abigail Piatigorsky to take the face-off for Colorado. But it's won by Michigan State, and they send it all the way down. With it now, Sullivan, who finds Ewald. Throws it to Fischelli as some more lights come on in the stadium. A little brighter now. Goes below the net. Good forecheck by Colorado. They keep it in. Masiello below the net. That's how they were able to score the first one. It goes up to Sullivan, who throws it over to Ewald. Fischelli connects with Ewald. And now Ewald with the puck down by the right circle. Down to the corner. It's Anna Masiello. Masiello finds Fischelli from the net. Shot! And save made by Maddox.
Another beautiful chance for the Buffs. Fischelli on the left side of the net off that cross-ice pass. And Maddox just there once again to absorb that shot.
And we're going to get a penalty on Colorado. Ewald touches up. But a Spartan was tripped in their own zone.
This is what Michigan State has been yearning for all game. Their chance to go on the power play.
Piatigorsky will take a seat for Colorado, and now it's Michigan State's turn to find something on the man advantage. Two minutes for Michigan State on the power play, 3:13 to go in the first period.
Their bench is fired up right now, Paxton.
Yeah, a lot of noise from Michigan State. This is their chance here to even it up before the period ends. It's Siciliano with a shot on net right into the logo. And an early whistle from the referees. Wine able to hold on to the puck. Michigan State, they really need this power play. It's been about 7 minutes, over 7 minutes since their last shot before Siciliano just put that one on. Or Galassini, put it on. Michigan State wins the face-off. Up for Galassini. Finding Schlieb behind the net, in front of the net. And that is blocker to side with the pad. Still with it is Michigan State. They put a shot on second chance. Rebound loose in front of the net. And a stoppage of play. Not sure what for. Oh, looks like Rowan Nasty's down on the ice.
Oh, that's not good. Athletic training staff very swift getting onto the ice, but looks like she did quite the hit.
Yeah, Nasty got sent down to the ice hard. As the assistant captain needs a minute. Sitting up now, that's good.
Brianna Ahrens over there to check on her as Nasty makes it to her feet and back to the bench. Yeah, Ahrens was very much present on that last series. Those pucks in front of the net, on those rebounds, she's able to try and clear them out, rushing towards them. Great team player for this Buffs defense.
Absolutely. And only 30 seconds have gone off the clock here in the power play. Michigan State still with a ton of time. They put on some really good pressure and had a lot of good chances to even this game up. As Leonard throws it down, but a good clear by Zoe Dupuis sends it to the Michigan State end of the ice. Max will pick it up. As here comes Leonard. Leonard throws it in the neutral zone. It'll get picked up by Motter, who tried to find Siciliano in front of the net, but not there, and it'll send back down to the other end of the ice. Much better kill effort this time around on this end of the whistle for Colorado. As here comes Michigan State again with another chance on the power play. Ciliano had a stick in front of the net, but that deflection can't get there. They stay with it. Wroblewski, another chance in front of the net, but some good Colorado sticks is able to break it up. Here's Galassini, the Michigan State star, chugging down the left side of the ice. Gains the blue line. Good poke check by Sowers. And now the back check from Colorado. That chance in front of the net can't connect with anyone. As here's Schlee coming down across the blue line. Finds Asher Princeton between the circles. Shot. And a glove save by Wine. Michigan State still with the puck. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Another chance. Skips off a stick and into the chest of Shira Wine. Wine tested in this power play. 6 seconds to go. She's been up for everything.
Absolutely. I mean, and she's done a fantastic job just standing up to this challenge, not allowing a point for the Spartans. We'll get a couple fresh skaters for the final 6 seconds of this power play. Try to maximize time in the buff zone. Shorthanded.
Shots are 11-6. Michigan State here with about over a minute to go in the first period. First line out for Colorado. Or excuse me, it's just Masiello. No, it's Masiello and Fischelli out there. In the neutral zone, Michigan State, they'll throw it in and get a change. Power play is over for Michigan State. They're 0 for 1 on the day. Sullivan finds Fischelli. 1 or 2 more shifts left to go in this game. Or in this period, excuse me. In the Colorado zone, just in front of the net, stopped there by Sullivan. McLucky able to keep it in for Michigan State. It goes through the legs of Nelson. And now 2 players each will fight for it in the corner. 26 seconds to go in the first period. Cut away with it to Sowers, who finds Sullivan. Sullivan just trying to get it out. She does so. Now Masiello, one-on-one into the Michigan State zone. She'll bank it off the far wall. Kept in by Colorado. Piatagorski was chasing after it. 6 seconds to go, 5 seconds to go in the period. Zoe Dupuis with the last chance effort. It'll go wide, and that will do it for 20 minutes of play here at the Rec Center. The Colorado Buffaloes faithful here applaud the first period performance from Colorado. It was a good one from them. They are up 1-0 after 1.
I think that's about as good of a period as you could want here for if you're the Buffs on your home opener. I mean, you're up by 1. One incredible goal from Mia Fischelli, and she almost had another scoring opportunity. Unfortunately, couldn't put 2 past Maddox, excuse me. But nonetheless, you go into the locker room with a 1-0 lead. I mean, you have some room, you have some wiggle room and stuff to work with. Obviously, you want to come back stronger in the second and round out this home opener with a W.
After 20 minutes of play, it's the Buffaloes 1 and the Spartans 0 here on Sko Buff Sports.
Hello and welcome back to another week of Sko Buff Sports. I'm Maddie Nunez alongside Xavier McNevitz, and even though it's a bye week, we have plenty of sports ahead of us. Let's get into it. Upset alert, Coach Prime's Buffs took down then number 22 ranked Iowa State last Saturday. You know the drill by now. Here's Oliver Hayes and Leo Rivera.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Oliver Hayes alongside Leopoldo Rivera IV. We are here at Folsom Field after Week 7. The Buffs got an upset win over the number 22 Iowa State Cyclones. It was a very exciting win. Not in the first half, really, but things really picked up in the second half. Students rushed the field. It was a very exciting day. Leo, what were your initial thoughts?
Man, that third quarter was pivotal for the Colorado Buffaloes. Oliver Hayes, 2 touchdowns coming from Caden Salter through the air. He had an electric night finding Joseph Williams and, of course, Amarion Miller. Those 2 guys had a big performance, and that's ultimately what led to the success of this Colorado offense.
Yeah, no, speaking on the offense, Joseph Williams, he had 8 catches for 128 yards. I believe those were both season highs for any Colorado receiver this season. He had a great game. He stepped up without Draylon Miller
Yes.
and Hakeem Williams in that receiving room, so it was a great day for him. But what else about the offense impressed you? I know that that Kane Salter and the offensive players kept shouting out the offensive line, but what impressed you as a
Yeah,
line guy?
well, they were down a running back in Draylon Miller, and of course Simeon Price and DeKalen Taylor were already moved out. So that's 3 of their 5 featured guys who are injured. You saw Dallin Hayden really step it up, and I think what impressed me was their ability to finish. Oliver Hayes, so many times you've seen this Colorado team stall out on the last drive of the game where they need to get it first to put it away. They were able to be creative and rely on that running game down in the fourth quarter, and ultimately held on to that touchdown lead.
Yeah, you point out the running game, and I think it was productive all game. You shout out Dallin Hayden, and I think one thing that stood out to me was the fact that they had another huge run similar to that Kane Salter run against BYU that got called back to holding. And despite that, they were able to stay resilient, and then on 3rd and 17, make a gutsy play call to find Joseph Williams, the guy that we shouted out earlier, to pick up that huge first down to seal this game, the dagger catch. And so it was just fantastic to see them finally make a play when Coach Prime continuously, week after week, has been calling out these moments where the Buffs haven't stepped up, and talked about even today how frustrating it still is that the Buffs haven't capitalized on some of these moments. But looking at the defensive side of the ball, Tawfiq Byard is a big name that everyone looked out for because he had the interception. He did that with a broken hand that he suffered on that drive. But what stood out about the defense today?
Yeah, he's a freak. I think it's the defense's willingness not to break, Oliver Hayes. There were so many times where Iowa State was pounding long 10-plus play drives. They get down in the red zone. Colorado's defense is able to hold. They force them to a field goal, or they get the interception, or they, force a turnover on downs. The big stops in the fourth quarter really kept the Colorado Buffaloes in this game, and they came up huge. Not only Tawfiq Byard, but linebacker Jeremiah Brown led the team in tackles today, and he was filling those gaps. I know they allowed 250 yards rushing, but in the key moments when they had to get a stop, they found it.
Yeah, I couldn't really add much more than that. I kind of wanted to ask you more about the 250 rushing yards. Abu Sama had a great day today. Obviously, that was kind of the game plan for CU to allow them to not allow them to rush the ball that much, but trying to take away the passive things. But given that total, how were the Buffs able to pull that out? But how can the Buffs also attack the rushing game and not give up that many rushing yards going forward?
Yeah, I think, again, Colorado struggled defending the perimeter, Oliver Hayes. When these runs are getting outside the tackles, they're getting to the edges where these running backs are able to pick up steam. They get the corner, and they're fast, right? They're beating the safeties. They're getting good angles. What Colorado has to do a better job of is setting the edge with their defensive line. Those defensive ends got to have better contain and can't allow the running backs to get outside of them, because then that's creating these free rush opportunities. And other than that, they got to keep buying into the game plan, Oliver Hayes. Sometimes it seems like everyone wants to make a play, and sometimes trying to make a play puts you out of position. They need to just do their job, and when everyone does their job in this Colorado defense, they have success.
Yeah, we've seen how much success that they can have whenever they do their jobs, and it will just be the one play here and there that will kind of break them apart. But we kind of already talked about everything regarding this game. I mean, not everything. There was so much that happened in such an eventful 24-17 win. But going into the bye week, the Buffs now have to try and carry this momentum into the rest of the season to try and make a bowl game and things like that. How can the Buffs maintain this momentum with the win that they picked up today?
First of all, they got to rest and recover. Oliver Hayes, a lot of injuries, a lot of guys dinged up, as you mentioned, especially coming out of this game. It's been an early gauntlet early on, but if they can freshen up and get healthy, I think that's going to be the number one thing that's going to keep spirits high and momentum high. If the players are feeling good, they're going to come out and perform good on the field.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree with that. So looking forward to next week. The Buffs will try and keep that momentum, as we said, entering the bye week. It will be a huge emphasis on practice, as the Buffs have tried to do this whole entire season. Dion has really hammered the home the emphasis on practice week in and week out and how that translates to the game time. But given a bye week and getting their mental ready and trying to rest up and heal all those injuries and things, they'll try and build those momentum to finish out the rest of the season.
Definitely.
But my name is Oliver Hayes alongside Leopoldo Rivera, and as always, you heard it here first.
Welcome back, guys, to Buffs Film Review. I'm Harrison Simeon alongside Leo Rivera, and we have a very eventful game to recap as the Colorado Buffaloes executed their most impressive win of 2025 over the number 22 Iowa State Cyclones. Quarterback Caden Salter had a stellar day, but our first play we're going to go over is a run, and you'll see why.
Yeah, we have 3 down defensive linemen for Iowa State here. Colorado sees that. They're going to take advantage of the numbers. So what we're going to see here is a very key block by number 85, Zach Atkins, who's going to be able to come and get this outside linebacker here. And then we're going to wrap Jordan Sean coming down from the left side, and we're going to have a beautiful alley.
Yeah, and you see a big man like that coming downhill, it's curtains for Iowa State's defense. They have the numbers advantage, and that's an easy walk-in, untouched touchdown for Michael Welch. Next play, we have another close to the goal line set, and the Buffs red zone offense looked excellent against Iowa State.
Yes, it did, and that's going to be because Caden Salter is going to stand in the pocket and deliver. As you can see here, it could be a run look for Colorado, but the offensive line is going to do a fantastic job of picking up this three-man, down front from Iowa State.
Yeah, Iowa State looks like they might blitz, but they end up going into a big zone coverage, bunch formation for Colorado. And Caden Salter, he's taking his time. He's having a tough time finding a window for this throw, but that offensive line gives him time to survey, and then he flips it right over that safety's head, who was baiting him into possibly getting an interception. You look at the close replay, it was very close, closer than this angle might look, but in a perfect spot for Joseph Williams to make such an impressive catch right in the corner.
Yeah, it was a fantastic grab by JoJo there on this one. Here we're going to see a little bit of a blunder from this Colorado offensive line, Harrison. They're going to go and slide, towards the left, but Zarian McGill's going to miss the blitzing defender who's going to come right behind the right side of him. But shout out Caden Salter, who stands and delivers.
Yes, the difference is Caden Salter isn't scared. We see a safety blitz, free rusher right up in Caden Salter's grill. But what does he do? He doesn't bail out of the pocket. He doesn't try to make something that isn't there. He just stands, looks for an out route. His favorite target last Saturday, Joseph Williams, on an out route. Perfectly timed. Timing was very much key on that outbreaker.
Yeah, that connection was key all night long, Harrison. And here we're going to see, what the product of a good run game does for you.
Yeah, it's the decisive moment. 3rd and 17, the Buffs could just choose to run. Iowa State has one more timeout, punt it away. The defense had been playing well. They could very much just trust the defense, accept it. But what Deion Sanders said is that they never even considered running. They were going to try to make this play. And what quarterback Caden Salter does with this play action, as you look at this linebacker here, he is going to be in a Tampa 2 formation, which means these safeties are going to be, you already see this guy flipping his hips, already bailing out to this side. This safety is going to be taking care of this side of the field. This linebacker should be taking care of the middle, but what happens?
Yeah, we get him frozen right here. He's going to take 2 read steps forward, looking at Xavier Hill pulling, thinking it's going to be a run to Dallin Hayden, and that's going to give just enough time for Joseph Williams to sneak open.
Yes, he had an excellent day, over 180 yards through the air from Joseph Williams, and Caden Salter makes the perfect read, finding this one up the middle. We'll look at a second angle in just a moment. But cover 2 beater from Colorado, Joseph Williams with the speed, courtesy to ESPN for this little animation, and Salter just looks around and makes the perfect read up the seam, right up the middle. Joseph Williams, curtains, big upset, fans rush the field shortly after. That is how the Buffs dominated, or maybe not dominated, but got the win over Iowa State. Back to you guys at the desk.
Fans stormed the field like a cyclone after the Buffaloes defeated the Iowa State Cyclones in dramatic fashion Saturday. The Caden Salter and Joseph Williams connection was buzzing as Salter threw for 255 yards, and with 128 of them being hauled in by Williams. In light of the Halloween season, the Buffs' defense looks scary, but not in a good way, as they allowed 236 yards on the ground. Running back Abu Sama said boo, gashing the Buffs for 177 of them. But in the clutchest of moments, the Colorado defense came through. At their own 11-yard line, the Cyclones went for it on 4th and 1 and came up short, allowing Alejandro Mata's automatic leg to kick the game-sealing field goal. In a slobber knocker filled with 12 punts between both teams, the Buffs snuck out of Folsom with a 24-17 dub.
Welcome into Buff Banter alongside Harrison Simeone. I'm Shane Holcomb, but who's once the star around Colorado's campus, quarterback Shedeur Sanders, is now sitting on the bench in the NFL. Harrison obviously had that huge draft slide back in April. What are your thoughts on his situation right now in Cleveland?
Well, it's not very good any way you slice it. There's obviously the fact that the Browns are just not good, a not very well-built team. But, there's always the aspect of a savior. There's been the chosen one for LeBron James for Cleveland. Cleveland has needed that next guy that is going to carry them into the future. And Shedeur could potentially be that, but right now things are not looking great.
Yeah, well, I don't know why this guy is sitting on an NFL bench right now, especially when the quarterback ahead of him is Dylan Gabriel. And listen, I know the Cleveland Browns took Dylan Gabriel ahead of Shedeur in this past NFL draft, but in my opinion, Shedeur had the better college season last year. I know he finished lower than him in the Heisman vote. And you look at the stats, though, number 1 in completion percentage. Mind you, he threw the most passes as well in college football, which makes that stat even more impressive. But also the best passer rating, the most passing touchdowns. I mean, this guy put up all the stats you could ask for in that Colorado shirt last year. I just don't see 31 better quarterbacks than him right now, especially not Dylan Gabriel, a guy who I don't think size is built for the NFL. But would you say that maybe the Brown situation, it could be a good thing that Shedeur is actually not in the field?
I do. I think right now they have Harold Fannin at tight end. They have Jerry Jeudy receiver. Not the greatest weapons you'd want. Quinson Judkins, another rookie at running back. Their offensive line is not good. It hasn't had really a star since Joe Thomas retired, and you would not want to see Shedeur go behind another poor line. And while he's been able to navigate a lack of help, I guess, in the run game and offensive line, he's never had a wide receiver core quite like this, where you looked at his reps in preseason and you saw, guys like, receivers that would just drop passes or fail him. So while I don't know if he'd be the right guy for the Browns right now, I think it might be to his benefit that he's not starting and maybe, wait until they get some more help on that offense.
Well, listen, have you ever seen that graphic or that photo of that one jacket that has like all of the past 25 or so Cleveland quarterbacks on it? Have you seen that photo before? It's a long list. So, I mean, Shedeur, his name could be added to that list, but I have a feeling that if he does go on that jacket, some names would be after him, unfortunately. But listen, this guy, we obviously know his talent. He's clear enough to at least get a shot, right? In my opinion, the Browns have to put him on the football field. I know Dylan Gabriel has been somewhat sound. He almost, directed them to a win in London this past weekend in his first NFL start. But personally, I think Shedeur Sanders definitely deserves a chance. And actually, I want to throw you a little bit of a twist here. Opportunity, they just traded away, I know Joe Flacco, the Browns did, so they only have 2 quarterbacks on their roster. This might be a bit unrealistic, but I look at the Jets organization right now, the Jets roster, and I see some options that Shedeur could fill in. I think he could be a better option than Justin Fields. You look at thrown to the likes of Garrett Wilson, one of the best wideouts in the NFL. Breece Hall behind you. Talked about a running game earlier. You can cope with that. Also an agent, Allen Lazard, but still a good option out wide. I just don't see any of those names in Cleveland. But what do you think about potentially getting away from Cleveland? Do you think there's even a possibility, though, next season of that?
Yeah, I see a lot of options going forward for the future. You look at a team like Las Vegas and the Raiders, and they tried to find the answer in Geno Smith this year, but he has just not gone up to par. That also a situation where there's not a ton of weapons, but you have arguably the best tight end when healthy in the NFL in Brock Bowers. So you have Jacoby Myers, solid number 1 receiver, and I think that could be a situation where he'd like, a big market for a guy like Shedeur versus cold Cleveland, where the media has really been harsh on him and very much scrutinized throughout. Basically, he's just been there, and he had so much so that he had to mime during one of the times he was asked questions. So. Yeah. He's been very heavily scrutinized by Cleveland media that's just kind of downtrodden. They've been lowly for so long. They've wanted a quarterback that can really take them to the next level, take them to the promised land so bad that I think it'd be for the best that maybe not this year because of their lack of depth in the situation. Only leaving Dylan Gabriel is not ideal. But next season and going forward, I think a better situation, a fresh cut of grass, would do best for Shedeur.
One last prediction on your end. I want to get your take on. Do you think Shedeur will see the field in the next, let's say, three or so weeks?
Yeah, I do. I think Dylan Gabriel, while he has some things, you have to look at his resume as admirable. He's the all-time leader in college football for touchdown passes. He's had a long veteran career. He's a cerebral quarterback that can, maybe is more suited to Cleveland's offense with Kevin Stefanski, but you look at his first few starts, he's had some real trouble settling in. And while I don't know if Shedeur would fare a ton better, I think it's worth giving him a chance just to see what he can do, maybe bring a different element, whether he's more mobile, whether he's more decisive and accurate. There's obviously the factor of his possible mistake plays where you put in a guy like Gabriel, you maybe have more trust that he won't go back 30 yards to take a sack rather than throwing the ball away. But Gabriel is not really a guy that's going to be cut out to be a long-term NFL starter. Shedeur has the tools to at least be, while maybe not in this situation. I think it's worth giving him a crack.
We're talking about the Las Vegas Raiders. One thing before I wrap this segment up is you look at also in that backfield, Ashton Genty.
Oh,
that
I
would
forgot
make me really
him.
excited if I was Shedeur Sanders. I would love it. Obviously the prospects of living in Las Vegas, having Tom Brady as a minority owner as well is a big deal. Maybe there's a connection between Shedeur and him as well. But that's going to be all for us on Buff Banter this week. For Harrison Simeone, I'm Shane Holcomb saying so long and back to the desk.
The Big 12 season is heating up as the teams reach the midway point of conference play.
You okay?
Back in Boulder, our score is 1-0 Colorado. Mia Fischelli got things started on the power play. We got another 20 minutes to go here for the middle frame of this hockey game, the home opener for the Buffaloes. Karen, we saw a lot of back and forth action. Both these teams had some good opportunities, especially on the power play, but Colorado the only team to break through to start.
Yeah, both benches very vocal right now, Paxton. They are ready.
As here we go for the second period of action here between the Buffaloes and the Spartans. Bringing it in is Nelson down along the right circle. It's thrown into the wall by Masiello. Trying to come away with his Dupuis, but it'll get covered up by Shira Wine, the Buffaloes goaltender.
Keep a wide shot.
Face-off is won by Michigan State. Shot in front of the net goes wide. Dupuis will flip it to O'Brien. And Colorado escapes. Bringing it out of their own zone. Try to connect with Masiello, who had a step, but McLucky with a good stick intercepts that pass. Thrown into the Michigan State bench. And the face-off will come to the right of Wine.
And Michigan State still out shooting the Buffs significantly, nearly doubling their shots over the Buffs, and they're looking to stay in that zone.
Aaron Schlee won the draw for Michigan State, and then a shot from the point goes off the stick of Wine and into the netting. We'll get another face-off to the right of Shira Wine. Wine gained the nod today over Zoe Watson, and she has been outstanding so far, facing 11 shots, or 12 actually, and stopping every one. As Leonard, with traffic in front, that shot couldn't get through. Now behind the net, try to find someone right in front of Wine, no one there, and Colorado escapes the zone. Zahn and Sowers try to play catch with each other, they couldn't do so, but it'll get thrown down below the Michigan State net. Unable to get it out was Michigan State. Zahn intercepts that pass and keeps it in for Colorado. That offensive possession short-lived, as here comes Schlee out of the neutral zone, chasing after it along with Wallace. Schlee wins the race. First one to touch the puck. Sowers will clean it up behind the net. Pinned down along the boards. Rowan Nasty, nice to see her back out on the ice after she was hit hard and had to take a second. Juliana McDonald wins that puck battle, and then Wallace tries to clear it, but a good forecheck by Michigan State keeps it in for the moment. Huber unable to keep it on the other side of the blue line and comes out to the neutral zone. With it now, Michigan State. Wallace, a good stick and a good skate to get in the way. She'll throw it over to Ahrens. Ahrens weaves around a player and can't get a shot on net. Good poke check. Still with it is Colorado. Wallace tried to put a shot on. Too much traffic in front. And here comes Michigan State the other way with a 2-on-2. It's Campbell with the puck. Throws it over to Huber. Trying to find someone in front of the net. Instead, she will take a shot herself, but it is stopped by Shira Wine.
Bit of a shake-up in front of the net as Wallace is racing to protect her goaltender.
Ahrens wins the draw for Colorado. Bring it down to the corner. That pass intercepted. Mutter got sent to the ice. Up now. Unable to get a shot on front of the net. Puck bouncing around a lot. Here comes Lena Mole. fighting for it down in the corner. Arns comes and helps her out. Michigan
Buffs
State.
desperately trying to clear their zone.
Fierce forecheck from Michigan State. That shot goes wide. It was deflected. Still keeping it in as Michigan State. Ava Schuster does so. Again, unable to get it out of the zone is Colorado. Now Rob Beluski got sent down to the ice, and Brianna Arns is going to be guilty for a trip. Applied pressure by Michigan State. Colorado couldn't get out of their own way, and now they pay for it. They'll have to go on the kill.
This is not where they wanted to be. Their defense really being tested early in this second period. They have not seen a significant amount of time in the offensive zone, and they're going to be forced to kill a penalty. Technical difficulties on the scoreboard says 14-0 in favor of Colorado. Now it's back to 1.
I believe they meant number 14, Brianna Arns, the guilty player with the trip. Colorado will be down a player as Siciliano takes the draw for Michigan State. Tried to throw it down to Carr, but she wasn't there. Now tripped on her own blue line. Looked like the far ref wanted to throw his arm up, but decided not to do so. Gets sent all the way down behind Brooklyn Maddox, the Michigan State netminder. Leonard, the Michigan State captain, throws it over to Rob Bluski, who throws it over to Siciliano. A couple passes, can't connect to the neutral zone for Michigan State. They'll try to do it again. This time they gain the blue line. They're on sides. That shot was blocked by Dupuis in front of the net. Now over, down along the near board, just Ewald. Winning that puck battle and gets to Fischelli, who gets it out into the neutral zone. Claire Leonard from Michigan State. As they get some new legs out, here comes the star, Asher Princeton, in with some speed. Circling around the net, trying to find someone to pass to. She will get Glacini. In front of the net, the rebound chance, Princeton can't put it home. Best opportunity of the day so far for Michigan State. Wine stood tall. Galassini tried to keep it in, but a good back check by Ewald gets it out into the neutral zone. 30 seconds left to go on the power play. Colorado's stayed tight so far. That pass from Galassini turned shot after it went off a Colorado stick, and she gets it between her pads. Still 1-0 here in Boulder, but Michigan State with applying some pressure. They have 26 seconds left to go on the Arns trip. Schlee will go against Piatagorski for the face-off to the left of Wine. Won by Michigan State. Princeton trying to hold on to the puck. Goes over to Galassini. Galassini tried to go to the left circle, but the player she was looking for wasn't there. As now it's a 2-0 for Colorado. It's Palagorski, try to put it in front for Masiello. Masiello goes down hard in front of the goalie.
Yeah, he's thought about taking a shot at the goalie, but just restrains herself as MSU will clear the zone once again. Wow, what a chance for the Buffs shorthanded on that last play.
That shot from Schlee goes in and out of the glove of Wine. Colorado now trying again to get out of their own zone. Someone lost a glove. Bouncing around in front of the net. Colorado comes away with it. Over to Anna Masiello. Masiello's got some room down the left side. Only one man to beat is Galassini, but she couldn't hold on to the puck. Galassini will pick it up for Michigan State. They get out of their own zone. Into the feet of Campbell. Mitchell and McDonald, the Colorado defenseman, will set it up for them. Going back below the net now. Michigan State, good sticks and bodies, able to clog the passing lanes for Colorado. Ava Schuster throws around to Campbell, who can't keep it in for the moment. She got kind of pinned over to the boards by the referee. It'll head up to Petrosky. Petrosky couldn't connect with a teammate of her own. It goes to Colorado. And now fighting for it in the neutral zone. Just kind of back and forth right now, here to start the second period for both these teams after that power play and a good kill by Colorado. Sophie O'Brien able to get around a couple players, but couldn't hold on to the puck while doing so. Now she'll fight along with Rowan Nasty for the puck. Coming away with it is the Buffaloes. And here's Amanda Wallace. Unable to hold on to that puck, Siciliano took care of it for Michigan State. Circling around the boards and a good pass. He's able to connect with Nelson. Nelson, 2-on-1 for Michigan State. Nelson shot. Blocker to side with the right blocker by Wine. Good save. Another chance for Michigan State, and it's stopped by Amanda Wallace. Amanda Wallace coming down the left side. Throws it along the ice and set aside by the stick. Nasty tried to put one on, but it got stopped in front. It'll come out of the zone. O'Brien starting things back up again. Kieran Sullivan sends it in, but I don't think it touched anyone. It's going to be an ice at will.
Yeah, these plays really not favoring the Buffs right now. That icing will be costly as they come back to their zone. And Michigan State will get a fresh set of skaters back on the ice.
It'll be Roblewski, Avery Hayward, and Carey, the forwards for Michigan State. Buffalo's got to be tired. Here's Carey in front of the net. Shot goes wide. She walked right in between the circles and put a good one on. Now down in the corner, Michigan State trying to corral that puck. Can't do so. Left pad saved by Wine. Colorado again trying to get out of their own zone. The forecheck by Michigan State has been really good this period. Now here's Roblewski. Roblewski almost went off the skate of O'Brien and in. O'Brien trying to chip it out. Colorado is able to get out now. They have some numbers. 3-on-2 coming the other way. Here comes Ahrens. Ahrens puts a shot on, but gets blocked in front. O'Brien chasing after the rebound. Still pinned up against the walls. Swiping their sticks at it, and Michigan State is able to clear. Sullivan just throws it down, and the Buffaloes will get a change. Piatigorsky winning that puck battle. Able to flip it up, but it goes over the glass and out of play.
MSU crowd really getting into it here as their team has been dominant this entire period, yet still no points on the board.
We'll see if the first line can change that for Colorado. They got the big dogs out there. Shelley on the faceoff circle. Wins the draw. Dupuis. Shot! Goes wide of the net. Just barely. Masiello sent to the ice along the boards. Fischelli with some help, but unable to come away with it was Colorado. And Princeton couldn't get it out. Great forecheck by Ewald, but then they're able to get it out just seconds later.
Masiello really just felt that urgency on that last play. Put a shot on net right away, just snuck it, whistled just wide left.
In the other end now, Michigan State can't establish possession really. It'll come to Mole. He tried to get to Masiello, but now another puck battle along the boards. Coming away with it is Princeton. Princeton tried to flip it in front of the net. Skate was in the way. Fischelli playing the man, not the puck. And now Michigan State comes away. A shot in front and sent away and out of play by Wine. Wine's been quite impressive here through about 1.5 periods of play. She's faced 16 shots on net and stopped every one. Looking really poised. A lot of composure there between the pipes. Sowers taking the draw for Colorado. She can't win it. Keeping it in is Michigan State. Now a chance in front of the net. Played with a high stick. And escaping is Colorado. Chasing after is both teams in the neutral zone. Coming away with it was Abigail Zahn for the moment, but Motor was able to get it out to the possession of Michigan State. And here they start to come the other way. 9:30 to go in the second period of play. Still 1-0 Colorado. McDonald and Mutter racing after the puck. Mutter wins it. Good back check by Colorado. Sowers with the puck. And thrown out of play. Unable to really get a lot of offensive possession time are both these teams, really. Just kind of fighting a lot of puck battles, a lot of loose pucks. And passes like that just can't find the tape. Below the net is Michigan State trying to wrap around chance. Sent twice into the pad, still with it with the puck. It's Abby Yesh. Yesh shot along the ice, sent aside. Picked up by Fontana from Michigan State. That shot wasn't on net. And it'll come up and out of the zone. Siciliano will slow things up behind her own net. Kept in by McDonald. But the Buffaloes need a change. Michigan State now coming the other way. Allison Nelson with a little bit of speed was able to get it into the Colorado zone, but couldn't find the red line as it'll be icing on Michigan State.
Another icing call against the Buffs. This is not exactly what they wanted. Or excuse me, against the Spartans. Brianna Arns into the circle for Colorado. Looking to extend this lead.
Michigan State wins the draw, but the forecheck from Colorado is able to get the puck back. Here's Nasty. A little too many Buffaloes in their own corner as a lot of players go down to the ice. Still fighting for the puck behind the cage of Maddox. More players sent down to the ice, and another one. Everyone's butt getting some snow on it. Finally, it'll come back up to Zoe Dupuis. Dupuis with a little fake shot pass. O'Brien slaps at it with her stick. It'll come out into the neutral zone where the captain, Zoe Dupuis, will pick it up. Bank pass, try to find someone, but unable to connect. A couple of bodies collide. Michigan State gets a change, and here come the Buffaloes coming the other way. They've got numbers. It's O'Brien. O'Brien in the left circle. Shot stopped in front. Good defense by Petrosky. Big body. Piatagorski throws over to Sullivan. Buffaloes haven't had a shot in about 4.5 minutes now. Heading back out into the neutral zone now. Buffaloes are offside. They got a tag up. Passing intercepted by Cadden. Now they've got a 2-on-1. Trying to find Furla, but a good diving stop by Robluski. Is able to intercept that pass. Mole can't corral that puck. And Robluski again trying to find some space. That pass just out of reach of Carey in front of the net.
Yeah, that turnover could have been very costly for Colorado. Michigan State. A bit of a mishandle.
Just kept it in for Michigan State. Here she is, waiting in front of the net, and shot goes over the crossbar. Michigan State applying some pressure. They've had a couple grade A chances. That one along the ice, just set aside. Fans are into it. They can tell this is one of the best opportunities or the most pressure that Michigan State has put on all game, but escaping was Colorado. Mia Fischelli and Claire Furlow will fight for the puck. Fischelli trying to weave around a defender, but loses the puck. Kind of a slow pass to Huber. And then Princeton, who wanted it and had a step, wasn't able to get there. Another shot on net. And that one is sent aside. Michigan State, more pressure. Shot! Save made. Second chance, can't put it in. Buffs are tired. Michigan State can sense it. Blood in the water right now for the Spartans. Anderson calling for the puck at the top of the key. Shot from Huber goes against the side of the net. Michigan State still the puck. Here's Huber. Huber gliding along the blue line. Finds Galassini. Slap shot. Can't put good stick on it. And Ewald and the Buffaloes are able to clear. Now they have chance. Here's Mia Fischelli chasing down the puck. Coming out of her net was Maddox. And she covers up with the glove on the other side of the circles. Man, that was some intense hockey there in the last minute and a half.
Wow, what a sequence for Michigan State, trying to get a shot on net, just could not do it. Trying to get a shot past Steve's goaltender, rather. Buffs crowd is on their feet after that Fischelli breakaway. And out of the net came Maddox, taking no chances. You see Mia Fischelli coming down center ice. You gotta just hope that she doesn't score if you're a goaltender.
Michigan State has been all over the Buffaloes, really for most of the period, especially in the last 2 minutes or so. Masiello and the rest of the first line looking to get that pendulum back, swinging the other way for Colorado. Keeping it with Natalie Ewald. She got tripped down to the ice. Now right along her feet. She was kind of swiping at it with her hands. Back out into the neutral zone. Buffaloes get some fresh legs.
Well over 7 minutes since the last shot on net for the Buffs. They're looking to break that streak here. But the zone is cleared by the Spartans. And nearly an offside against the Buffs.
The puck exchanging possession right now in the neutral zone. It gets past the stick of Mitchell and come down below the net. Picking it up first is Michigan State. It's Abby Yesh with the puck. She got sent down to the ice. Campbell trying to give her some help, but instead coming with it are the Buffaloes. Zahn, had she been able to get that puck, could have had a breakaway chance. But again, kind of the story of this period is just exchanging of possessions over and over again between these two teams, going back and forth, fighting for it a lot in the neutral zone. The back check really has been the story. Both these teams' back check has been really, really good in the second frame. As here comes Sowers, offsides. Rowan Nasty was way over.
Yeah, Buffs not happy with that call. Nonetheless, we're forced out to the neutral zone.
Arns are going to take the draw for Colorado. Michigan State wins it. With possession now, Brianna Arns made a good move, then lost the puck. Slapping at it is O'Brien. Right in front of us here, winning the puck battle was Colorado. Good pass from Dupuis, finds O'Brien, who dumps it in. Wallace giving chase. First to pick it up is Siciliano. Continuing that forecheck was Arns. And her efforts are able to keep it in for Colorado. Still with possession, though, is Michigan State. They come away, they'll get it out of the zone. In the neutral zone again. With the now. Motter for Michigan State. Too many bodies on her. Can't get a good chance with it. Zoe Dupuis finds Cat in the neutral zone and flipped up and out again. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Still 1-0 Colorado. Michigan State has had a bunch of chances, but they have not been able to beat Wine. Frankly, I think Colorado will be happy to just get out of this period right now. As here's Carey. Carey puts a shot on that into the pads of Wine. Piatagorski picks up the rebound. Gets it over the blue line.
Folks, we are approaching the 10-minute mark. 10-minute drought, rather, of the Buffs' shots on net as we approach the final minute of the second period.
$1:15 to go in the middle frame. Down along the corner, able to come away with is Piatagorski. If it's on net, it won't be icing, and it is on net. Waved off. 1 minute to go. With the puck is Hubert from Michigan State. Shot on net, save, rebound. and covered up by Shira Wine. Definitely her most timely save of the night. It keeps the score at 1-0. .52 seconds to go. Michigan State has been all over the Buffaloes this period, looking to even it up before we go to the room. Unable to hold on to the puck was Galassini, and they'll have to start over. O'Brien picks up the errant pass, but unable to connect. Could have been a good chance for Michigan State. A lot of Colorado sticks in the way, though. Anna Masiello, she puts the shot on, set aside with the stick. 23 seconds to go in the second period. Here's Princeton. Princeton looking for Schlee. 13 seconds to go. Last chance here for Michigan State. Here's Huber. Stopped by Ewald. Good stick. She just chips it up and out into the neutral zone. 4 seconds, 3 seconds to go, and that is going to do it for 40 minutes of play here at the Rec Center. Michigan State all over Colorado that period. The shots right now are 23-9 in favor of the Spartans, but they cannot find the back of the net. Shira Wine has been outstanding in this game. And it's still 1-0 Colorado.
Yeah, Paxton, we really need to talk about this shot on goals deficit. I mean, the Buffs had not had a shot in the last 10 minutes of this period, and 11 minutes, I should say, as they'll head to the locker room. I mean, they're still holding a 1-0 lead, but it's only a matter of time, I feel like, before Wine, she's facing over 20 shots, and most of them coming in this period. I mean, time will tell whether or not she can hold on or if her team can really step up and really clear this zone and start responding the way with the urgency that we have seen from this Spartans team.
It's been bend, don't break for the Colorado Buffaloes in the second period. They were able to hold on to their 1-goal lead. We'll take a break, we'll resurface the ice, and we'll see you back here for the third period of play here on Sko Buff Sports.
Three teams, BYU, Texas Tech, and Cincinnati, remain undefeated in league play, each off to a strong start with 6 wins of the year. Houston, Utah, Arizona State, and Baylor are close behind at 2-1, keeping them very much in the mix for a title run. In the middle of the pack, Iowa State, Kansas, and Kansas State sit at 2-2, trying to stay above 500 and gain momentum for the stretch run. At the bottom, Colorado, UCF, West Virginia, and Oklahoma State are still searching for consistency as they enter the final month of play. As the race tightens, every game from there on out could make or break a team shot at Arlington in December.
With just 5 games left in the season, the Buffaloes are 3/6 of the way towards bowl eligibility. In their last 5 games, the Buffs will have to capture 3 more wins but have a tough slate of games left. Of their games, they only have 2 home games. But let's go to Jake and Kush with Folsom Field to see if it's reasonable for the Buffs to get to a bowl game.
Welcome back to Folsom Feud. My name is Kush Karamchady. I'm here with Jake Chow, and today we are breaking down whether or not we think that the Colorado Buffaloes are going to be able to qualify for a bowl game this year. Jake, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think that the Buffs will absolutely be able to qualify for a bowl game. They're sitting at 3-4 right now, just need 3 more wins in their last 5 games. And based on what I saw last week against Iowa State, absolute no-brainer, especially with one of the easier schedules in the Big 12 in the back end.
What would you say is so easy about that schedule, Jake? I feel like we have a couple hard games coming up.
Absolutely, and I'll give you that, right? Arizona State and Utah are going to be some of the toughest opponents that Colorado has faced. They've lost to lesser competition earlier this year. But when you look at West Virginia, Kansas State, and Arizona, I look at 3 very winnable games against some shaky teams. And you know, Utah's playing BYU this week, the Holy War. Depends on how Utah does in that game. If they misstep, I absolutely think that coming out the bye week, the Buffs can pounce on a Utah team that's looking to gain some momentum and lost it against BYU.
Absolutely. I agree. We have some winnable games on the schedule. However, something I've seen personally from the Colorado football team, there's some inconsistencies there. They haven't been able to pull together a good string of wins. It's 2 wins and a loss, 2 losses and a win. And so I think the main struggle here is just, can they stay consistent? Can they keep that momentum going from that win against Iowa State? Great win, obviously, but going into Utah, when they're winning these games, they're blowing teams out. Something comes to mind. They won 63-9 against Cal Poly. That's something. That's a great game. And their only loss currently, or one of 2 losses, is against current number 7 in the country, Texas Tech.
Yep. And again, they've had a great schedule, but I have to say, again, you don't need the Utah game. You don't need to win the Utah game to make a bowl game, right? And this team right now is playing for something bigger than football. Deion having surgery last week, that's huge. And I think the team really rallied around Deion Sanders and Coach Prime, and the fact that he's able to face that adversity and come back after having his surgery. And the team rallied around that and got a huge upset, a much-needed upset win against Iowa State. They're playing for something bigger than football right now, and I don't think you can stop the Buffs.
Absolutely. I think if they're able to carry on with that momentum from the Iowa State win, I think there is all the chance in the world that they make a bowl game, or at least qualify for one, get to that six-win margin. But again, Utah State, Arizona State, tough matchups, and then West Virginia could make a move. There are some games that they should be winning, but obviously no guarantee of those.
Of course, and right now I think that the momentum is high with the Buffs, especially that Iowa State win, but Caden Salter really has been the difference maker so far. I know he struggled. There's been some quarterback controversy in the locker room, but Caden Salter's the guy now. You saw him ball out against Wyoming earlier this season. Yeah, he struggled a little bit on the road at TCU, but coming back against Iowa State, that win, I cannot understate enough how important that win is for the locker room, for Coach Sanders, and for the team, and keeping their bowl hopes alive for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Nailing down that quarterback position has been so crucial for this team. Earlier on in the season, Georgia Tech, Delaware State, or University of Delaware, pardon me, having that position not locked down really hurt the team. No consistency in the offense. And I think now that Salter is kind of taking the reins here, I do think that those wins are possible, even against Utah State and against ASU. I think that with that consistency, if they can get that to that level on other areas of the field, especially on defense, we've seen a lot of breakaway runs against this defense. But if they can nail down those other areas, I absolutely agree with you. I think this team could go to a bowl game, like, very easily. Yep,
absolutely. And so watch out for the Buffs as they continue their season. Just need 3 wins in 5 games. As we head into the bye week, I think there'll be lots of momentum coming out of it. But I'm Jake Chow. This is Kush. Thanks for watching Folsom Feud.
In a turbulent season for the football team, no clear star player has emerged for the Buffs, but Lincoln Roach believes a certain senior player has Coach Prime's most reliable players over the last 4 years.
With Travis Hunter off to the NFL, Colorado's been missing its marquee player, someone who makes headlines for their big plays. So who is Deion Sanders' #1 dog, as the jersey emblem says? It's not Caden Salter, who's consistently underperformed with the exception of the Iowa State upset. It's not Juju Lewis, who's ridden the bench most of the season. Maybe it's Omarion Miller or Micah Welch or Jordan Seaton. But if we're talking about loyalty and reliability, it's kicker Alejandro Mata. Now just hear me out as I make the case for the senior from Georgia while attempting to do something I've never done. Get a football through the uprights. I think I can do it. We'll start from the 5-yard line. From Buford, Georgia, Mata would kick the winning field goal in 2 state championships before going to Jackson, Mississippi to hang out with Coach Prime. These are so bad. While at Jackson State, he'd make 12 of 13 field goal attempts and go 50 out of 51 extra points, totaling 86 points in total. He'd then follow Coach Prime to Boulder, Colorado. Now, We've missed a few, but I think I got this one. I think our issue so far has been distance. We've been starting from the 5-yard line. I think I can believe in myself a little bit more. So let's go to the 47-yard line. Mata would make a career-long 47-yard field goal against Utah in 2023. That season, he'd get 83.3% of his kicks in the goalposts, going 10 for 12. He'd also kick the game-winning field goal at ASU. We got this. Did not make it. We're back at the 5-yard line, probably the only place I can make this. But speaking of 5, Mata was one of 5 players to represent Colorado at Big 12 Media Days this year. He also was awarded the dog patch by Coach Prime to wear on his uniform. So far, he's gone 4 for 5 on field goal attempts, making a 42-yarder at Georgia Tech. But he thinks he can make the 50 to 59-yard range this year. Let's see if I can make this one. Okay. This is gonna be it. Oh, and we haven't even talked about extra points. At Saturday's game against Iowa State, Mata scored his 101st consecutive extra point after a touchdown. Because when it comes to extra points, Mata don't miss. And I'm not gonna miss this one. Or I will. Well, it's become clear that I'm not gonna walk on to the team and replace him next year. Alejandro Mata has become one of the most valuable players for the Colorado Buffaloes since his arrival in 2023. For Scope of Sports, I'm Lincoln Roach.
Talk about Mata-matic. With that, it is now time for this week's trivia question. This week we ask you, what CU tradition will turn 100 years old this week? We'll even give you a little hint. If you attended any home game this year, then you will 100% engage in this tradition. Stay tuned as we will have the answer later in the show.
The men's basketball team begins its 2025-26 campaign with the exhibition match against the Grace College Lancers on Sunday. The two schools are meeting for the first time ever. The Lancers have dominated their competition at the NAIA level, ranking inside the top 10 final coaches poll in each of the last 3 seasons. Buff center Elijah Malone played 4 years of college ball at Grace College before transferring to Colorado. Malone holds several school records and helped lead the Lancers to the #1 spot in the 2024 final coaches poll. It's the new look Buffs can use this game to finalize rotations before their regular season starts on November 3rd. Colorado will host Grace College at the CU Events Center on Sunday at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Read more about Malone facing off against his former squad on our website.
Last Friday, the number 24 ranked Colorado volleyball team had a tough challenge on the road against number 8 Arizona State. After losing the first 2 sets, hopes of winning looked bleak. However, the Buffs came out swinging in the third, jumping out to an early 4-point lead. They kept the Sun Devils at arm's length, taking it 25-20. The Sun Devils slashed the Buffs' chances for a 5th set in the 4th as the Buffaloes lost by 2 points to end the match. Freshman pin attacker Ines Losada had her own career high with 3 aces, which was half the team's totals. Anna Burilovich led the team with 19 kills, and Maria Spolaska held down the defense with 5 blocks.
Back in Boulder, just last Wednesday, the Buffs bounced back after their win against the Utah Utes after a 3-1 battle. Utes had the first set 25-15, but the Buffs came back in set 2, ultimately heading into a deuce and taking back the 29-27. Set 3 went 25-21, and set 4 closed out the game 25-19. This is their fourth 3-1 win of the season, making them 15-3 overall and 6-1 in Big 12 play. The team's stats are more impressive than their record. Once again, Anna Barilovic had 20 kills. That's her 7th time this season and got her first double-double. Pin attacker Lily Dwinell also held with 12 kills and 4 blocks. Overall, CU beat the Utes in sets, kills, digs, and blocks, marking it as a successful win for the Buffs. Our very own Brittany Garcia was at the CU Event Center. After the game, here's what she had to say.
Serves up, I'm Brittany Garcia from School of Buff Sports, and I'm here at the CU Event Center as the Colorado volleyball team just defeated the Utah Utes in 4-1. This matchup was super crazy, as the CU Buffs kind of went on a slow start. They didn't really know how to defend the Utah Utes defensively or offensively. So they went in the second set kind of like, okay guys, let's get back on our feet. So they offensively went absolute nuts. So the score is supposed to be 25 to end the match. We went to 29-27. Everyone in this entire room right here at the CU Event Center went on their feet and absolutely nuts. It's absolutely crazy. But we had 12 service errors, which isn't so great serving wise. But there was a post-game competition serving. And no, I didn't come out of retirement to serve these fools. But the CU Buffs kind of like didn't really show out in serving. But
This has been a good one. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes to go here in beautiful Boulder, Colorado. The Colorado Buffaloes holding on to a 1-0 lead. Michigan State applying pressure. Kieran, what an incredible game here for this home opener, and we are not yet decided.
Yeah, Paxton, a reminder, folks, there's still 23-9 is the shot count in favor of the Spartans. This third period was electric for them, and they're going to try to put a goal or a puck past Wine to even this score up. And Colorado is going to look to capitalize, make this 2-0 here in the third. We'll see what they do in this final 20 minutes of regulation.
Shira Wine, the Colorado goaltender, has faced 23 shots and stopped every single one as we are underway here in the final 20 minutes of play here in Boulder. Down in front of Shira Wine now, she will cover up, and it'll be an offensive zone face-off for Michigan State. Michigan State there in that second period, they had a lot of good chances. All in the first, they were trying to find that pass right in front of Wine, in front of the net, and they were able to do so in the second period. Just Wine was ready for all of them. They had a really good shot, really good chances, second opportunities, but Wine has just been so good so far. Michigan State wins the draw. Fighting for it along the boards. Coming away with it is Natalie Ewald, the Colorado star. She'll swing it around the net, and then Masiello will kick up and out. Should be icing. It is. That puck was not on net. Masiello and company will have to stay out there. I think Masiello got off just in time. She did. Oh, no, never mind. She is out there.
Yeah, Masiello, Fischelli, Ewald, and company. The starting line for the Buffs. We have Fischelli with that one goal earlier today, in the first period, rather.
The Spartans win the draw. They throw it down below the net. Chasing after it is Princeton. Princeton gets it up for Leonard. Leonard walking the line, and the right pad by Wine sends it aside. Princeton with the puck again. Goes it up to Leonard. Leonard shot. A lot of bodies in front. Able to make the stop was Wine. Still with his Michigan State. But Leonard not home there to get that feed. It comes out of the zone. Buffaloes in much need of some fresh legs. They get them. That puck goes over the glass and into the stands.
Crowd electric after that last play. Michigan State gets a fresh set of skaters on the ice.
Juliana McDonald with a lot of friends here tonight, it seems. Friends or family, maybe both. She's been very interactive with the crowd all night, even there just between the whistles. She was talking to them. That puck to the right of the cage. Mitchell, the first one there, gets it to Abby Zahn. Zahn unable to connect. Campbell had it for a moment, but then coughed it up. Colorado gets it out to the neutral zone. Chipping it back in with Michigan State, and then Mitchell takes care of that. Thrown all the way back down. Michigan, a lot of dump and chase right now. They were doing that in the second period as well. Mitchell trying to get to Hairston. It was too far for her, and McDonald will clean it up. Mitchell lost the puck in the neutral zone. Siciliano have to fight around a lot of sticks to hold on to the puck. Roblewski helps her out. Buffaloes get a change again. Michigan State, all 5 of their players in their own zone, now breaking out. Carey gets the feed, crossing the blue line. Put the shot well wide. Buffalo's on the back check, trying to corral the puck. Now they are unable to get it out. It clips off the board and stays in. Now back out to neutral zone. Sullivan will swing it around to Mole. Galassini trying to keep it in with the right skate. Puck just bouncing around again. And here comes Kieran Sullivan and the Buffaloes trying to break out in neutral zone now. Sullivan lost the puck. And coming with his Carey. Carey's got some room. Carey's going to swing around. Shot! Scores. Eileen Carey finally breaks the tie for Michigan State. And 4 minutes in, we are tied 1-1.
That was one heck of a shot from Carey coming up the right side. And just sneaks it over the right shoulder of Shira Wine. And the scoring drought for the Spartans is finally broken after 44 minutes of play.
Carey mocks the Buffaloes' horn celebration in her goal celly. We'll see how the Buffaloes take exception to that. 1-1, 16 minutes to go here in the home opener for Colorado. Brooklyn Maddox covers up. Brooklyn Maddox on the other side has been pretty good herself. She only let one pass. It was Mia Fischelli unassisted on the power play. Fischelli's 8th of the year.
Yeah, if you're the Buffs right now, you go down a goal. I mean, that's definitely going to spark your energy in the third period here, Paxton. You go down, you want to defend your home turf. Scoreboard in the rink, folks, has not been updated yet.
That puck goes off the skate of the referee, and that is able to keep it in for the moment for Colorado. Still keeping it in. Good play by O'Brien. She had to fight around a lot of Spartans, though. Lost the puck, but it comes to Cadden. Still great forecheck by Colorado, but there Cadden loses it, and it comes out to neutral zone. Cadden, got to be tired, just kind of flips it down for Natalie Ewald. Masiello with it now. There, Fischelli short of the first line. Try to get a pass out to Cadden in front of the net. A second chance for Ewald. And it is covered up by Maddox. Someone got thrown down to the ice. It was Masiello grabbing the back of her head. Once the whistle was blown, she was toppled over. She'll head to the bench. And we're going to get a penalty out of it. We are. Elizabeth Petrosky is actually going to take 2. I want to say for roughing. It's Masiello now heading towards the locker room. The hit did come after the whistle was blown.
Yeah, it's going to be a late hit, looks like, for the Buffs, and Anna Masiello will retreat to the Buffs locker room. It's not something you want to see. Masiello has been very physical this entire game, and it looks like she's paying the price for it now.
Power play opportunity here for Colorado, looking to break this tie. The second unit is going to be out there, and the first unit would be short one Anna Masiello. Still a man advantage for Colorado as Dupuis throws it down, bank pass to Sowers. Sowers gets it down to O'Brien. Or excuse me, that's Wallace below the net. Now it's O'Brien. Trying to establish possession is Colorado. Instead, they're fighting for the puck. It comes up to Zoe Dupuis, who flips it down to Wallace. Wallace trying to find some space. Instead, she gets hit hard into the boards, and that'll be another penalty on Michigan State. Here's a golden opportunity for the Buffaloes. Boarding is going to be the call, I believe. I think it's on Galassini. It is. Michigan State's best defender is going to head to the box, and it'll be a 5-on-3 for the Colorado Buffaloes.
This is what you want to see. As it looks like Amanda Wallace is slow to get up, still down on her knee, finally makes it to her skates, and will skate off towards the bench.
A couple Buffaloes taking some really hard hits.
Wallace slow to get up once again.
Yeah, something's wrong right now for Amanda Wallace.
So she was favoring her left leg a little bit, and she's very slow to get up as she's down, and the athletic training staff will take a look. Brianna Ahrens supporting her teammate. Yeah, that was one heck of a hit into the boards. And it's going to result in a 5-on-3 for the Buffs.
Yeah, those hits are really dangerous. She went head first into the boards, right on that partition where it goes from the white board into the glass. Look, she was given something by Brianna Ahrens. Not sure what. But down the hatch. Amanda Wallace in her 4th year with the team, trying to stand up, and will slowly, very gingerly make her way off the ice.
Big hit.
The team and the crowd applauds her. And now here we go. 5-on-3 for Colorado. It'll be the first line out there for Colorado, minus Anna Masiello still in the room. But Abigail Piatigorsky is no slouch herself. 2 goals on the season.
Looks like it's going to be a 5-minute major on Galassini.
Oh, wow, yeah. Galassini is Michigan State's best defender. And she'll be in the box for all of 5 minutes.
Buffs going on.
The Colorado faithful getting excited here. This is the chance for Colorado. Still waiting to drop the puck. Not sure what for.
Rowan Nasty, the assistant captain, having words.
All right, here we go. 5-on-3 for the Colorado Buffaloes. Piatigorsky wins the draw, trying to put a shot on herself. Now second opportunity. She'll swing it below the net. Here's Piatigorsky with the puck. Finds Sullivan, unable to find the tape. Comes out to neutral zone. Kieran Sullivan gets it to Mia Fischelli, the goal scorer tonight for the Buffaloes. Leaves it for Natalie Ewald. Ewald try to get in front of the net, stick in the way from Leonard. Ewald below the net. In front, shot from Fischelli, save made. Nasty picks it up. Trying to make a quick stop, but she lost the puck. Fischelli will give her some help along the boards. It'll squirt out below the cage. Mia Fischelli comes away with the puck. In her office, cross-ice pass. Ewald shot right along the ice. Easy save made. Michigan State bench is in it right now. Everyone on their feet on the ice right now. All the players on the bench included. Fight for the puck in the corner. Ewald was getting up slow and then got sent to the ice again. It'll squirt out and come to Kieran Sullivan. Sullivan with some space. Nice move. Shot. Score! Kieran Sullivan. What a move. Throws it past Maddox. And on the 5-on-3, Colorado right back on top.
Beautiful play by Kieran Sullivan. Buffs are back on top, 2-1. Snuck it right past. And that will kill the 5-on-3. I believe we will still be on the power play as Gasolini will still be in the box to serve out this 5-minute major. Buffs on top, 2-1. Excellent play by Colorado to get back on top, Paxton.
See you on play of the week, eh, Kieran?
Oh boy, this is just incredible. This is the spark that the Buffs needed after that second period. They had not put a shot on goal in the last 10 minutes of play. This definitely restores the spark. Oh boy.
Michigan State will have a huddle before the ensuing draw at the center dot. It's Kira Motter calming her team down, hyping them up. One of the two. Colorado will still be on the power play as Zoe Dupuis and Sophie O'Brien give a little wave to their goalie, Yashira Wine.
Just tagging around, taking it as it goes.
Colorado wins the faceoff. They have another 3:43 to go in the 5-minute major. Here's Hairston. Hairston with a nice move. Gets it down below the net. Sophie O'Brien looking for someone backhand. And almost an outstanding opportunity for Ahrens. Ahrens sends a player to the ice. She has the puck herself. Bank pass to O'Brien. O'Brien swings it. Dupuis with the slapper. Goes wide. Picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien trying to sauce it over to Sowers. It's too high. Fight for the puck in the corner. Comes back out to Sophie O'Brien. Sends it back down to Sowers. Sowers cross-ice pass. Too slow. Huber picks it up.
What a sequence for the Buffs, trying to extend this lead out to 3. It's finally cleared out. Buffs defense coming back out. As Hubert tried to get a goal shorthanded.
Buffaloes will get some fresh legs. The captain, Zoe Dupuis, coming up the right side. Gains the red line and dumps it in. Rowan Nasty giving chase. Fighting for the puck in the corner. Sowers is going to come away with it. Sends it down to Nasty, who can't corral the puck. Claire Leonard from Michigan State. They're fighting for it, but she lost the puck herself. It'll be Colorado possession again. Here's Piatigorsky. Leaves it for Dupuis. Dupuis shot. Rebound was loose. Couldn't put it on net. And Michigan State clears.
Amelia Sowers racing for that rebound out in front. Just couldn't get enough power off that shot. Here comes Ewald again.
Ewald had some space, then held up as Robluski is able to clear from Michigan State. Still a full 2 minutes to go in the 5-minute major. Mia Galassini, all she can do is watch on. Nice pass made in the middle of the ice. Piatigorsky leaves it for Nasty. Nasty trying to find some room herself. Gets it to Piatigorsky. Below the goal line for Sullivan, the goal scorer. Sent down to the ice. They'll fight for it. Minute and a half to go. It gets cleared by Michigan State. Sophie O'Brien below her own net. Sullivan directing her. That pass to Fischelli. Here comes Mia Fischelli. She scored the first one for Colorado. Gains the blue line with some room. A nice move went through the legs of Siciliano, but that pass along the ice and a pad save. The puck goes into the bench of Michigan State, and we will get an offensive draw for the Buffaloes. Still a minute to go in the 5-minute major. $11 to go in this barn burner of a game between the Buffaloes and the Spartans. Interconference play has delivered here on this Monday night, as Mater was fought against by Zoe Dupuis. Dupuis wins the battle. Here come the Buffaloes. It's Ella Hairston. Hairston sent to her knees by McLucky, but coming away with it is Sowers. Sowers below the net. Dupuis alone at the blue line. Sowers is going to hold up and send it, rotate it back down. Sent to the ice and up slow is Ahrens. No call for interference. Dupuis finds Sowers. Sowers finds Ahrens. Ahrens back on her feet, has some room, trying to get around a couple defenders, puts a backhand on, but a stick in front. Now tripped again, shot! Save made by Maddox. Amelia Sowers was alone in front of the net and just couldn't elevate it enough to get it past Brooklyn Maddox. Ahrens, that was a hard-fought shift by her.
Yeah, she was slow to get up from the corner there, but she'll make it to her feet and head to the bench as the Buffs get a line change.
15 seconds to go until Galassini is free. Big Dogs back out for Colorado. That shot along the ice, covered up by Maddox. And getting chippy now. Fischelli and Siciliano were fighting with each other a little bit. Shots are 26-17 in favor of Michigan State. Colorado has started to close that gap a little bit from what the second period had. Down in the corner now. 2-on-2 fight for it. Cadden comes away with it. Able to keep it in is McDonald. To Fischelli. Fischelli with room. Shot! Just wide of the net. Picking it up was Mitchell and Ewald, but then that pass goes way wide and out of the zone. Comes all the way between the circles in the Colorado end. Flipped to Mia Fischelli by McDonald. Fischelli brings it to Cadden. Cadden tried to backhand pass it to McDonald, but not there. Ewald slaps it back in. Colorado gets some fresh legs. Under 10 minutes to go. Campbell trying to get the puck out. She does so effectively. Now here's Mitchell. Mitchell throws it in. Back to Michigan State. Fighting for it in the neutral zone. And the Spartans will just dump it in and give chase. No problem for Colorado. Here comes Abby Zahn. Hairston was tripped up right by the blue line. Now Zahn with a shot. That goes wide. Colorado with a lot of intensity right now. Galassini finally out of the box. She served her time. Colorado has made this a 2-1 game. Michigan State, they're about 8 minutes now dry of a shot on net. Huber looking to change that. She has the goal from Michigan State. She gets alone in front of the net. Backhand save made by Wine. Galassini calling for it. Shot by Huber. Sent aside. Still in the offensive zone. Colorado can't get it out. Couple turnovers. Galassini reaching for it. Able to just keep it with the right or left glove, excuse me. Now she gets it below the net. Shot from that second chance. Galassini goes wide. Schlee keeps it in. Sowers had it in the corner, trying to swing it around for McDonald. A couple bodies collide. Puck battle in the corner. Coming away with it is the Buffaloes, but they can't get it over the blue line. Another turnover. Now swinging around, it's Princeton. Princeton, shot, score. It's Eileen Carey. She ties it up. A nice pass from Asher Princeton.
Carey yet again with the scope off Selly.
And we are tied once again.
That was one heck of a sequence for the Spartans. And I mean, I got to go back to Amelia Sowers on that last play. I mean, you see clutch moments for Colorado. She's just been there. You just look at there. You look down anytime the turnover happens or she needs to make a defensive play or an offensive play, she is there. So her presence, though she hasn't scored yet today, she's making her presence known for this Colorado team.
We're tied at 2. Here comes Avery Hayward. Hayward tried to get around Dupuis. Now along the boards, swiping some sticks at it. Loose puck will come below the cage. And O'Brien will finally swing it out to Zoe Dupuis. Dupuis tried to connect with Piatigorsky, not there. Keeping it in was Claire Furla. Furla working hard, able to dump it in. She gets a change. Good shift by her. Isaiah Mitchell for Colorado. Makes the pass for Wallace. Wallace actually never put a stick on it. Stays in for Michigan State. With the puck now between the circles. Colorado's got to get out of their own way here in the third period. Here comes Brianna Arns. Arns, one-on-one. Shot wide. She gets her own rebound, puts another one on. That one goes below the net. Claire Leonard will pick it up and try to chip it out. Forecheck from the Buffaloes. Ineffective. Michigan State gets it below the goal line of Colorado. Rowan Nasty chasing after it. They swing it around. Wallace can't get it out. And now Brianna Arens can't get it out herself. Rowan Nasty, that puck just stays in. Oh man, Colorado has got to get these pucks out of their own zone here. The extended possession for Michigan State. It gets covered up by Wine.
Spartans still very physical, especially after the whistle blows, and Arns right in the middle of a buff scrum every single time, it seems like. And her line will head to the bench. Out comes Mia Paschelli and company.
5.5 minutes to go. 2-2 hockey game. Down below Wine's net. Paschelli in the first line, looking to break out. Here's Piatigorsky. Masiello still in the locker room. The Buffs haven't had a shot on net in about 5 minutes. Just under 5 minutes to go here in this hockey game. Sullivan throws it on net. Buffaloes will get a change. Here's Princeton. Princeton throws it to Schlee. Kept in by Michigan State. That forecheck has been so good in the third period for the Spartans. Pop fly falls between the circles. Sullivan with a backhand pass flips it down. It does not come out of the zone. Mole can't do it as well. Now Sowers. Finally out. Paschelli sent to the ice. Hit by Leonard. And we're going to get a penalty. It's on Claire Leonard. That open ice hit. Not acceptable by the discretion of the referees. Colorado is going to have 2 minutes on the power play. Chance to break this tie.
So 4 minutes to go here in regulation. Score is tied at 2. Buffs going on the power play. I would expect nothing less than an electrifying 2-minute sequence.
Claire Leonard, the captain for Michigan State, another defenseman in the box. She'd be out there right now if it weren't for her taking a timeout. Kieran Sullivan throws it down to Paschelli. Paschelli, cross-ice pass for Ewald. And a nice shot by her, just sent aside by Maddox. Picking up the rebound is Piatigorsky. Fighting for it in the corner. Here's Rowan Nasty with the puck. Nasty up for Sullivan. Sullivan shot in traffic. It's stopped and Sullivan can't put a body on to keep it in the zone. It comes all the way down. Here's Wine. The first one there is a Spartan. She'll have to throw it all the way down so Rablewski can't be the first one to touch it. Sullivan coming up the left side. Gains the blue line. Leaving it for Nasty. Nasty brings it back to Sullivan, caught up in her own skates. Sullivan now with it on her stick. Leaves it for Fischelli. Fischelli changing course, swinging around again. Coming around to the middle of the ice. Shot! Wide. Ewald picks it up. Back to Fischelli at the top of the blue line. Can't keep it in. Fischelli's got to chase after it. Princer's got speed. She wins the race. Down below the net. Princer very happy to just flip it out and kill some time. Buffaloes will get the second unit out there. .36 seconds left to go on the power play. 2:40 in the game. Errant pass, can't connect. Here's Princeton. Princeton dangles. A stick sent her right leg way up into the air. Good thing she didn't fall. Probably would have been tripping. Sophie O'Brien finds Wallace. Wallace finds Sowers in open ice but can't connect on the pass. Now here's Huber. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Looks like Colorado will not be able to find that tiebreaker this time around. Sowers trying to chip it in. It comes out into the neutral zone. Sophie O'Brien, backhand flip, is not there for Wallace. Wallace has got to go after it. Under 2 minutes to go here in this tied hockey game. Wallace not there. Staying in for Michigan State. It goes to Wallace, who trips and falls. Arns has to bail her out. Arns loses the puck at the blue line. Now Sowers has to bail her out. Losing the puck again is Colorado. Here comes Motter. Motter in the left circle, making a move in front of the net. Shot. The shot was wide, and then the deflection off of Michigan State body goes wide to the other side. Keeping it in is Michigan State. Michigan State applying some pressure. Sowers. Buffaloes have to get out of their own way and clear this puck. Staying in. Michigan State. Galassini. Bad pass from McLucky. Here comes Rablewski. She'll throw it in. Mitchell's there first. Tries to get it. That one stays in. And now finally comes out into the neutral zone. Leonard out of the box. She'll dump it. Colorado got some tired legs out there. Zoe Dupuis leaves it for Piatigorsky. Piatigorsky chipped up, caught and dropped to the ice by Natalie Ewald. Ewald, Fischelli. You can tell she's a little tired out there. Ewald's forecheck is able to keep the puck in for Colorado. Siciliano picks it up below the net of Michigan State. Piatigorsky throws it off a Spartan skate. Fischelli keeps it in, leaves for Kieran Sullivan. Sullivan back to Fischelli. Pass can't connect. Picked up in the corner. Piatigorsky with it. Both these teams are tired. 8 seconds to go. Oh, wow. The period is almost over. 5 seconds to go. 4-3. Final shot is wide of the net. And we are going to overtime.
Not a position the Buffs want to be in right now. They had a commanding first half of this period, and then the momentum just really shifted in favor of the Spartans. That was a similar case in the second period. The game is tied at 2. We will go to a 5-minute overtime period, and the Buffs bench out towards the ice. They will hear from their coaching staff on how to execute this and walk away with a dub in this home opener.
Both these teams have fought so hard this entire game. It has been an absolutely electric one here at the Rec Center, and we are not decided after 60 minutes of play. Both these teams will get a point, but a winner has not yet been decided. Coach Olivia Wilburn talking to her team. Both these teams in much need of a breather. You could tell they're in the last minute of regulation. Both these teams just tired, kind of reluctant play from Colorado especially, it seemed like, even when they had offensive possession. They huddle up. Get ready to go for this 5-minute period of overtime. Shira Wine and Brooklyn Maddox, the two goaltenders for both these teams, have been incredible all night long. 2 goals against each. Timely saves when they've needed them. Wine in particular, 29 saves on the night. Maddox has 18 herself. It'll be 3-on-3 hockey. They'll switch sides. A nice respectful and sportsmanlike fist bump from Wine and Maddox as they head to their respective cages. Anna Masiello is in the locker room. She will not be out there to help Colorado here in overtime. Zoe Dupuis to start things up for Colorado. Finds Ewald. Ewald gets the puck. A nice pass to Fischelli. Here's Fischelli. Shot blocked in front. Michigan State now with possession. These 3-on-3 overtimes are all about possession. Asher Princeton will start things up for Michigan State. Slowing things up are the Spartans. Now here they come breaking out. It's Galassini with the puck. Leaves it for Princeton. Princeton coming up with a little bit of steam. Trying to get around. That puck, kind of a weird bounce, goes wide of the net. McLucky now can't keep it in. Now sliding herself, she goes down to the ice. A couple of Michigan State Spartans wanted to call. They're not going to get it. She fell down herself. Now here comes Ewald. Ewald breaking out for Colorado. Gaining the blue line with a little bit of speed. Makes a move. Shot. Save made by Maddox.
Beautiful save once again by Maddox. Dynamic duo, Fischelli and Ewald coming down the ice. Just sees them coming. Does not let them score. And we're just over a minute into this overtime period. Score still tied at 2.
It's Piatigorsky, Cadden, and O'Brien for Colorado. Piatigorsky will take the face-off. It's won by Carey of Michigan State. Leonard for the Spartans. Good forward check by Cadden. Keeps it in. She'll take it herself. Walking the blue line. It comes out. Cadden was fighting with Carey. Now comes out to Piatigorsky. Piatigorsky lost the puck herself. It was swiped away by Leonard. And now Leonard has the puck. Now here's Siciliano. Siciliano just out of her reach. Puts a shot on, sent aside. Piatigorsky cleans up the rebound, turns it over. Siciliano in the right circle, down in the corner. Looking for someone in front of the net. Shot, save, made. Leonard gets the rebound, loses it. Cadden almost lost the puck herself. That would have been bad. Both these teams are dead tired. Piatigorsky gets a change. O'Brien with a nice move. Gets around Galassini. She gains the blue line. Gets it for Ahrens. Ahrens shot. And good defense by Michigan State is able to get that puck weakly along the ice and an easy glove save for Brooklyn Maddox.
Yeah, Buffs in the midst of a line change there. Ahrens and O'Brien really didn't have much help. And Michigan State's defense able to respond with ease. 2:42 to go here in the overtime period.
Ahrens, Sowers, Sullivan for the Buffaloes. Sullivan sends it down to Ahrens. Ahrens walking the blue line, keeps it in. Here's Sowers. Sowers trying to take care of that puck, but she loses it. Michigan State has numbers coming the other way. Here comes Huber. Huber to Galassini, can't connect on the pass. Here comes Sowers. Now it's the Buffaloes with numbers the other way. Amelia Sowers, Brianna Ahrens to her right. Sowers tries to leave for Ahrens. Ahrens with the backhand. Loose puck in front of the net. And the Spartans come away.
Buffs crowd on their feet right now. Colorado still in the offensive zone. MSU maintains possession for now. And here they come to respond.
Under 2 minutes to go in overtime. Chasing after it, Kieran Sullivan. First one to get that puck on the dump and chase. Ahrens helps her out, cleans it up. Pass to Sowers. Arns needs a change. It'll be Fischelli in relief. Sowers gets a change as well. Big dogs out there for Colorado. Fischelli and Natalie Ewald, the dynamic duo. Minute 30 to go in overtime. Here's Ewald, gains the blue line, leaves it for Fischelli. Fischelli to Ewald. Ewald, good body in front, loose puck in front of the net. Fischelli can't pick up the rebound. Here's Galassini. Galassini leaves it for Princeton. Minute 15 to go in this 2-2 hockey game. What a game this has been. A minute to go. Galassini slowing it up with the puck, leaves it for McLucky. McLucky leaves it for Princeton, the Michigan State star, trying to come down by the goal line. Ewald bothering her. Princeton still with the puck. Good back check by Ewald. Here's Claire Leonard. Leonard looking for a pass. Now she takes it herself, leaves it. Asher Princeton. Princeton chips it up into the air. Nice play by Fischelli. Grabs the puck out of midair, throws it onto the ground. Here she comes with Zoe Dupuis, the captain, to her right. Fischelli. Shot goes wide. Zoe Dupuis working hard, trying to keep that puck in. 25 seconds to go. McLucky throws it down for Asher Princeton. Princeton, long connecting pass, finds Leonard. Zoe Dupuis and Leonard in a foot race. Here's Leonard. Incredible defense by Zoe Dupuis. Pins the puck up, down by the goal line. Loose puck, 7 seconds to go. Princeton calls for it at the top. Shot! Save made by Shira Wine. Up into the netting. 1.1 seconds to go. These teams are gassed. What a period of overtime this has been. Last chance here for the Spartans.
Yeah, face-off coming in the buff zone. Spartans are going to capitalize with 1 second to go. Oh, they will put an extra second on the clock, 2.1. As it looked like that clock was stopped a little bit late here in the rink, folks, after that puck went high up into the netting.
We're going to get a timeout, I believe, called by Michigan State. They'll have one chance to get a shot off. They got to win the face-off and then put one on.
The Buffs are going to try to ride this one out, force a shootout. They had some incredible opportunities with Fischelli and company on the ice.
Man, the home opener has not disappointed. We knew this was going to be a good game coming in. Both these teams so good. They have had incredible starts to the season. The Spartans making the trip from East Lansing, and all of these fans here getting their money's worth. You don't have to pay to watch the games, but 2.2 on the clock. Piatigorsky, Fischelli, and Sophie O'Brien in there for Colorado. It looks like Princeton, Schlee, and Carey. Tied up, shot, save made by Shira Wine. Man, what a timely, huge save on the last second effort from Michigan State, and we are going to a shootout.
Wow, what an overtime period, just back and forth. Heck, this is what we saw a lot during yesterday's Broncos game, I think, against the New York Giants.
65 minutes have not been enough for these two teams. It'll have to be decided with the clock at zeros, and these teams will go back and forth, one-on-one matchups.
Yeah, matter of fact, Paxton, I don't think I've ever been in this rink where we have had a shootout on men's or the women's side, so this is very exciting to see.
The Buffaloes, if I'm not mistaken, coming off a shootout loss to Central Oklahoma, looking to flip the story this time around. All of the Buffaloes coming out onto the ice as Coach Wilburn talking to them before the shootout. We'll see who the Buffaloes are going to send out. I haven't been in this building for a shootout myself, Kieran, so can't say I have any good guesses for who Colorado's going to send out to try to win this thing. Shira Wine and Brooklyn Maddox, the goaltenders tonight, both have been incredible. They'll have to be even better here in the shootout. First up, it's Mackenzie Huber. She takes it center ice, coming in with some speed between the circles. Deeks shoots, save made by Shira Wine. Mackenzie Huber was coming in, trying to find an opening, and Wine just suffocated her. Made her wait too long, and an easy save for Wine. Huber not happy with herself after that. It'll be Mia Fischelli, the third year on this team, veteran, leader, arguably the best player. Here she comes. 55 in the left circle, shot off the post.
Most anticlimactic sound in hockey. But wow, what a setup for Fischelli. She's going to the right, aiming for that left shoulder.
Eileen Carey is going to do it for Michigan State. Wine staring her down. Here she comes. Carey slowly coming across, weaving around to the left. Now between the circles, Deeks. And a save made with a stick by Shira Wine. It's going to be Natalie Ewald. The dynamic duo are going to get their chance in the shootout. Ewald, the assistant captain. Nothing in the shootout. She gets the signal. Here she comes. Going right down Broadway, Natalie Ewald. Shot! Save made. Both these goalies, it's been the story of the day. They've been standing tall all night long. Makes sense that it's no different in the shootout. Nothing still. The best player for Michigan State, Asher Princeton, 4 goals on the season. Here she comes with some speed between the circles. Making a move, shot, and it goes wide of the net. What a move by Asher Princeton. But she beat Wine. She couldn't beat the right post.
Absolutely beautiful setup. Princeton absolutely electric here this evening for this Michigan State team. Just couldn't put it past Wine.
Number 21, Sophie O'Brien, with the game on her stick. Coming out between the circles. Deeks makes a move, scores! Between the legs, Sophie O'Brien says, have a good night.
What an electric play for O'Brien. 3-2, Colorado, your final score in a shootout.
What a move by Sophie O'Brien. She does it incredible between the legs, flips it past the right leg of Brooklyn Maddox, and this game is over. The Buffaloes in the home opener take down the Michigan State Spartans in a 3-2 final score in the shootout.
That is how you end your home opener, folks, on a thriller like this. On a rare Monday night here in Boulder at the CU Rec Center Ice Rink.
What a battle between these two teams. And they all know, you can see the Michigan State Spartans, so much love for Shira Wine. Shira Wine, how about Shira Wine? She comes in and she just locks it down. 33 saves on the night, goes perfect in the shootout.
It's really the first I've seen of Wine here this season. And she did not cease to disappoint me this game. As the Buffs salute their home crowd.
Absolutely incredible.
Showed up in full fashion here.
Absolutely incredible night here in Boulder. What a way to start the home opener, or to have the home opener for Colorado. Shira Wine goes and talks with the Buffaloes faithful, as does the entire team. It was not pretty, it was not easy in the slightest for Colorado, as they salute the home crowd, who has been so good for the Buffaloes tonight in the home opener. A lot of fans out here. The Buffs give their signature salute. And that is going to do it for our night here in Boulder. An instant classic between these two teams. Michigan State and Colorado go the distance. It takes a shootout to finish it. And with the final score of 3-2, Sophie O'Brien finishes the job and wins the game for Colorado.
Absolutely electric way to end your opening night here at home. As Natalie Ewald,
Incredible stuff from Colorado.
Juliana McDonald, she really was a fan favorite here this evening as she comes out to salute her home crowd one final time.
That's going to do it for our night here in Boulder. Instant classic at the Rec Center. The Colorado Buffaloes win it in a shootout 3-2 over the Michigan State Spartans. I'm Paxton Haynes, joined by Kieran Warger. Man, Kieran, what a fun game to call.
Absolutely electric. I think that's going to be my number one pick for Play of the Week this week. Folks, be sure to stay tuned for our live show this Friday where I will have those top 5 picks.
Incredible. Wouldn't have wanted to call it with anyone else, Kieran. What a game. 3-2 Buffs win. That'll do it for us here at the Rec Center. Thank you for watching Skull Buff Sports. You heard it here first. Good night.
Anna Burilovich, although she is an absolute queen, an absolute beast, we all know her. She had 20 kills, which is absolute nuts, and she had that arm and she went everywhere. She was everywhere on the court, and Sarah Morton, absolute nuts. She's a beast at the libero position. And we play West Virginia this Saturday at 12 p.m., and they are winless in the Big 12. And we've only lost one game. So this will be an interesting matchup this Saturday, and that game will be streamed on ESPN+. I'm Brittany Garcia, and you're watching Scoba Sports.
There in Boulder might be thin, but the ranked teams are thick. The Buffs are ranked for the second week in a row in the American Volleyball Coaches Association after a loss to Arizona State last week. The Black and Gold stayed ranked in the number 24 spot in the poll.
This Saturday at noon, winless Mountaineers in the Big 12 meets one loss in conference play. Both Buffaloes at the CU Event Center. West Virginia and the Buffaloes only had one meeting against each other, being last season, which resulted in a CU loss. This time around, we'll look at a bit different with stars such as Anna Burilovich and Sarah Morton dominating their respective positions. The game will be streamed on ESPN Plus and will be at 12 p.m. Mountain Time.
On Wednesday, the Buffs will travel to Lubbock, Texas to face up against Texas Tech. In their last 7 matchups between the Buffaloes and the Red Raiders, the Black and Gold have dominated in every matchup with a 6-1 record. While Colorado is 6-1 in conference play, the Red Raiders are winless in the Big 12. But to gain a win over Texas Tech, CU needs their defense to stay on their feet to cover the floor when Texas Tech star Reagan Engler is in the outside position.
Last Friday, the number 24 Buffs turned in a true 10 out of 10 performance on 10-10. The Buffs shut out Arizona State 2-0 at Putnam Field. Reagan Acha opened the scoring in the 39th minute with a diving header off of Kaylee Swearina set piece, and Jace Hawley sealed the deal in the second half with a pass from Maddie Scharr. Jordan Knight stood tall in the net, recording 6 saves as Colorado outshone the Sun Devils 27-9. The Buffs improved 4-1-1 in Big 12 play and 10-2-2 overall, marking their 3rd straight season with double-digit wins.
Women's soccer took down Utah 2-1 in a hard-fought battle. The Buffaloes had a 2-goal advantage and fought off Utah's comeback effort in the final 15 minutes. Head coach Danny Sanchez said, "I thought we could be a little bit sharper." This win pushes the Buffaloes into a tie atop the Big 12 standings. Looking ahead, Colorado will head to BYU on October 20th to take on the Cougars.
For the 8th time in her career, shortstopper Jordan Knights has been named Big 12 Goalkeeper of the Week. Knights earned the honor after her clean sheet performance last week against ACU, which she saw a save of all 6 shot frames last season. She earned the award 5 times en route to a Big 12 Keeper of the Year win. Knights now holds the record for the most Goalkeeper of the Week award since it was started in the 2020-21 season.
With all these positive results, women's soccer is ranked 10th in the nation. The D1 committee's top 16 puts the Buffs 10-2 Buffs just above Michigan State. The Buffs opened their season with a tie against the Spartans. As of this week, the United Soccer Coaches poll has the Buffs tied with Vanderbilt for the 21st in the rankings.
The high-motor Buffs offense will go on to the road to Provo to take on the BYU Cougars. BYU 7-4-2 and is 10th in the Big 12 The Buffs sit at 5th. In the last match in 2022, the teams tied 2-2. Kickoff is set for 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Monday.
The battle in the Big 12 rages on as the Buffs host Texas Tech Raiders next Thursday. Last year, the Buffs and Raiders tied 1-1 in Lubbock, Texas, and Texas Tech is 4-0-2 in Big 12 play and 10-1-2 overall. The Raiders' defense has found success keeping the ball out of the net this season. Hope Leba and the Colorado offense will look to break it. Kickoff is set from Prince Up Field at 7 p.m.
Welcome to Folsom Feud. I'm your host, Colby, here with 3 contestants today, Lincoln, Balin, and Kieran. Lincoln, start us off.
I'll take game day etiquette for 200.
All right. This is the best way to show respect during the CU fight song.
What is standing, singing loud, and raising your hand in the hook 'em horn sign?
Not what we're looking for. Balin, you have an answer?
What is stand up, sing loud, and do the Ralphie horns?
Correct. Balin, the board is yours.
Give me tailgate traditions for 400.
All right, here's the answer. The must-have item to wear on game day to show your Buff pride. Kieran?
What is black and gold?
That's correct. Nothing says school spirit like those 2 colors. Choose the next one.
Let's do fan etiquette for 600.
Fan etiquette. The proper response when you hear someone yell, "Go Buffs."
What is Skull Buffs?
Skull Buffs is right. Looks like we've got some true Buffs fans here. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our contestants, and see you next time.
The tennis team rounded out the ITA Mountain Regionals tournament last weekend. The highlight of the tournament was Durik van der Werf and Leah Alexen, who made it to the semifinals, but they could not get the win to advance to the double championship. The team will now get another 2-week break before traveling to Denver for the Pioneers Hidden Duels on October 24th.
The women's golf squad began the first round of the Stanford Intercollegiate earlier today. The team has been on a tear to start the season, finishing inside the top 2 in 2 out of 3 tournaments this year. They are ranked 52 in the nation, yet are still one of the lowest ranked teams competing in Palo Alto, California. 7 out of the 19 teams are at the tournament are ranked inside the top 15, and 5 are ranked inside the top 10. Competing against the number 2 ranked USC, number 3 Stanford, and number 4 Oregon will not be an easy task for the Buffs. Colorado will have to consistently shoot under par to have a chance at a podium finish. The tournament will finish over the weekend with the second and third rounds to be played on Saturday and Sunday.
The men's golf team finished second in the Visit Stockton Pacific Invitational this past weekend. Host Pacific shot a 25 under par 263, breaking the tie with the Buffs and seizing the lead with a score of 539. The Buffs achieved a second straight 12 under 27 and 6 despite a slow start. Junior Brandon Knight led the Buffalo charge, shooting a 4 under 68 for a 90 under 135, securing his best collegiate career score for 36 holes. Colorado will play in Kaanapali Classic Collegiate on October 27th through 29th in Maui, Hawaii, marking the final tournament on their fall schedule.
Last Sunday, the club baseball team swept the Wyoming Cowboys across 2 games. The Buffs exploded for 33 runs in Game 1 and were able to handle business in Game 2 to continue their successful fall season. The squad gets a well-deserved break this weekend before heading to Fort Collins, yucky, for 2 games against Colorado State.
Attention hockey fans, Buff Puck is finally back in Boulder. The women's team will host their home opener against the Michigan State Spartans in a rare Monday night face-off. The Buffs currently sit at number 18 in the nation with a 5-3 and 1 overall record. Not far behind are the Spartans, who hold the number 14 slot and are 6-4-2. Head on down to the CU Rec Center or catch the action live right here on ScoBuff Sports.
The men's club soccer team and Team White and Team Gold will look to keep their undefeated streaks alive this weekend. Team White takes on Colorado Christian tonight at 5 at Kittredge Field and then travels to Aurora to play CU Denver on Saturday at 7:30. Team Gold plays in a rivalry game against CSU once again in Fort Collins on Sunday at 3. Team Black will look to bounce back from a draw against Mines last weekend with a match against Colorado Mesa and Grand Junctions on Sunday at 3. A lot of games at 3. The women's club soccer team has only 2 teams in action this week as Team Gold is on a bye. Team Black and Team Silver play each other tonight at 7, and then both teams will hit the road. Team Silver plays at Colorado Mesa at 1 on Saturday, and then Team Black heads to the Springs to play UCCS at 12:30 on Sunday.
Hey Buff fans, I'm Kieran Walker bringing you this week's top 5 plays in Colorado sports. We had some interesting ones this week, but only in 2 sports, so we're going to dive right in with our number 5 pick this week. We go to Scott Carpenter Park, where the Colorado Buffaloes are taking on the Wyoming Cowboys. Nate Hoffman up to the plate. He bats this one deep into left field, and that ball is gone, baby. Racing for it was the left fielder, but he could not get there in time as that was snuck just over the fence deep into left field. Absolutely amazing play. That is why he's the president. Let's stay at baseball for number 4. It's Finn Simone's up to the plate now. This one's once again batted deep into left field, and the left fielder's not even going to chase that one down because he knew that one was gone right from the get-go, the bottom of the first inning, and Colorado already holding a commanding lead over the Cowboys. Let's go to number 3. Not quite sure what we have here for this pick. Wait. 33-3, Colorado? Is this football? I thought we were still at Scott Carpenter for baseball, man. Football was played the previous day against Iowa State. Speaking of that game, we have a pick for our number 2 slot this week. Now, Caden Salter dropping back, rifling it downfield. He's got a wide open Omarion Miller who catches it at the 34-yard line and racing into the end zone for an incredible 70-yard touchdown, baby. And an electric play for the Buffs, who regain the lead in the 3rd quarter. Let's stay at football for number 1 this week. This time it's the 4th quarter. Iowa State has the ball. And a one-handed pick for Tawfiq Bayard. Mind you, he has a cast in his left hand. If that isn't play of the year, folks, I don't know what is. Forget play of the week. Make that Sports Center top 10, baby. Top 5, in fact. That's going to do it for our Plays of the Week this week here on ScoBuff Sports. I'm Kieran Walker, wishing you a wonderful weekend.
Here we see Xavier McNevitz working on his reader for the live show. If we didn't have these readers done by Thursday night, chances are we would not be airing this show right now. Be like Xavier. Get your readers done. And don't forget to click save so that you don't lose any of your hard-earned work.
Happy Friday, Buffs. Folsom Field has different plans for this weekend, so no football for us. No worries though, there's still plenty of action for your weekend. Women's golf is at the 2025 Stanford Intercollegiate Tournament with 3 rounds on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so wish them luck in California. Then on Saturday afternoon, head up to the CU Event Center to watch our volleyball team serve West Virginia a new loss, or stream live on ESPN Plus, set to start at noon. Speaking of, same time and place on Sunday for our first look at the men's basketball team as they play Grace College for an exhibition matchup. Regular season tips off in just a few weeks, so go and take a sneak peek. On the ice, the men's hockey team has a doubleheader against the University of Central Oklahoma's Bronchos, dropping the puck at 6:05 Mountain Time, both tonight and tomorrow. And then finally, don't miss out on the women's hockey team versus Michigan State right here on ScoBuff Sports, streaming Monday at 5:30. That's your rapid fire. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Back to you at the desk.
It's time to reveal the answer to this week's trivia question. Earlier we asked you what CU tradition will be turning 100. The answer is, drumroll please, the CU fight song. The fight song was originally written for Culver Military Academy in Indiana, but Richard Durrett, when he came to CU to become a music professor, he brought the song with him and changed the first line from Fight Culver Down the Field to Fight CU Down the Field. The song was first played for CU on October 22nd, 1925, and it quickly became a hit at Colorado. It has been a beloved staple of CU sports and games ever since.
As fans rushed the field, one of them got absolutely clotheslined by the falling field goal post. In a viral tweet, you can hear the fan crying for help as he stayed stuck under the post for more seconds than I'm sure he would like. Shout out to the cameraman for not helping the poor guy. We all appreciate the camera angle. I'm Xavier McNevitz, and thank you for watching this week's live show. For Maddie Nunez, you
heard it here first.